Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Hickory Stadium. Tonight's game is under the direction of District 10 of the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association. The presence and/or use of balloons, whistles, and/or portable listening devices without earphones are prohibited. Persons using such items may be removed from the contest. The use of pom-poms by cheerleaders and small portable listening devices with earphones is permitted. Spectators are prohibited from removing their shirts and/or using body paint while in attendance at district and inter-district championship contests. They may be removed from the contest for doing so. Principals and athletic directors shall inform and publicize these regulations to students. The failure of school to do so in form of publicized will not be, however, prevent removed from the contest for violations of this policy. Broadcasting of any kind of audio, video, streaming, etc. is in violation of copyright law. It's not permitted under the circumstances with the express permission of District 10 and/or PIAA. Ladies and gentlemen, District
Game
10
show.
and its
This Friday Night PA broadcast, both live and archived, are the exclusive property of Friday Night PA and Wallace Marketing and Media. They are produced for the private use of our audience, and any rebroadcast in full or in part is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Friday Night PA and Wallace Marketing and Media. Now, here's our Friday Night PA broadcast team.
Hello and welcome to tonight's, is it?
Testing.
Yes, tonight. Welcome today to tonight's Friday night edition of playoffs. Here we have Girard Yellow Jackets taking on the Hickory Hornets. Here, Kevin Davis with Mike Joanna. How are you doing tonight, Mike?
Good evening, everybody, and happy Halloween to you on a football Friday in Wilmington, Pennsylvania. We got a battle of the Wasp between the Girard Yellow Jackets and the Hickory Hornets, and it's not the first time these teams have played. I was fortunate enough to be at the last two times in the playoffs back in November of 2013. In one of the coldest games I've ever attended, I saw the Hornets prevail over the Yellow Jackets 21-10 in Edinburgh. And then about 4 years ago, we opened up the season, the Hornets did, against Girard in Girard, and that was a 35-7 Hornet victory. So it's not our first brush with the Yellow Jackets of Girard, but this is the only second time I've seen them in playoffs.
Yeah, it's going to be quite the matchup here between two teams that have really persevered throughout the year with many different players going down and still here in the playoffs tonight. So lots to look forward for both sides. First, talk about the Girard Yellow Jackets. They come in today at 6-4. They're 2-3 in the conference, which got them fourth place in the spot in the Class 3A playoffs, which they're playing tonight against Hickory. They have, looking through their schedule, and you can kind of have a better understanding of how a team is at the end of the year, seeing how the teams they beat or lost to, how they finished. And you can see how they started the year on a hot streak, winning their first 6 out of their first 7 games, but they had opponents coming in 1-9, 3-7, 1-9, 1-9. So they did have some tough matchups towards the end of the year, which they did fall. So those tough matchups, even though they did fall, it could be a real benefactor for them tonight coming up against another tough team in the Hickory Hornets.
Yeah, I think when you look at strength of schedule, which is what I think you're referring to, Kevin, they did play 4 teams that are in the playoffs, and unfortunately, they fell to all 4. Corey beat them 40-7, Northeast 46-3, Fort LaBeouf 42-15, and then their last game in the 10th week of the season, they fell to Conneaut 27-7. So it's going to be a tall order, I believe, for the Yellow Jackets tonight against the Hornets. Though the Hornets, as we mentioned earlier, Kevin mentioned earlier, are limping into the playoffs. They've been devastated by injuries throughout the year, and they're going to be without a few key players.
Yes, missing some players on the Hornets side. We have Applegarth out last game, and he's still out tonight. Dylan Gardner, the freshman, is making the start tonight. So hopefully we can follow up that game he had last week with an interception with another good game tonight. And there are also some other players. Trevor Borowitz, who's been out for a while, talks that he could be back next week if they do, in fact, play. So could be a big gain. And then looking at the other side of the ball, for the Yellow Jackets, we have number 0, Aiden Arnold, who's not playing tonight. And that will be a big loss on the season for the Yellow Jackets. He's at 169 carries, 1,230 yards, 10 touchdowns rushing, 22 receptions, 323 yards, and then 1 touchdown receiving. So he's a real threat on that Yellow Jackets side and will be missed tonight for sure.
Yeah, because one of the things I tend to look at, and as I've mentioned before, I have the advantage since I do video for the Hornets is to see all the huddle film. And I watched a few of their games, and what stood out is that Aiden Arnold was clearly a featured back in their offense. He also is a track runner. So I look at speed, and he was the speed on this Girard squad, and it will be a big loss for them not to have him coming in as their starting running back.
Yes, and one of those players who may take the place of Arnold is number 44, Mason Kalicki, the fullback/running back, coming in at 65 carries, 428 yards, 5 touchdowns rushing, also 10 receptions, 200 yards, 5 touchdowns receiving, so 10 touchdowns total. And also on the defensive side, he comes in averaging 16 tackles per game and 10 tackles for loss, so I'm sure we'll mention his name throughout this game.
Yeah, when I watch film, Kalicki stands out, particularly on defense, but on offense, he was a big bruising, blocking back, clearing a path for Arnold in their rushing attack. Now, their quarterback also will hit the ground running, Ryan St. Julian, so we probably will see a little bit more of him running the ball, and he will throw the ball. Let me see, what was his numbers passing this year, but he is capable of throwing the ball. So they do have a little bit of a dimensional attack on the ground and in the air, but I think that their focus is on the ground.
Yeah, it's kind of an evenly matched game in the way of quarterback, running back, and they're really going to be missing Arnold to match up against Morrison on the Hickory side. When I was looking at the stats, I noticed how similar Julian and Dungy's stats are. They're just under 1,000 yards. They both have only 2 interceptions, or Julian has 3, and they're both just have 11 touchdowns. So very similar stats. Dungy maybe a little bit more dynamic when it comes to running the ball, but still when it comes to passing will be a matchup to see for sure. So with that, we're about 8 minutes before kickoff. We'll take one break here, and we'll be back after these messages.
Looking for a timeless treasure? Discover the magic of King's Jewelry, a family-owned gem since 1914. We're excited to announce our brand new location at 2220 East State Street in Hermitage. Whether it's an engagement ring, a special gift, or a stunning statement piece, our expert jewelers are here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Join us for our grand opening, enjoy exclusive offers, and discover why generations have trusted King's Jewelry for the most cherished moments.
King's Jewelry, celebrating love for over 100 years.
Hi, this is Staff Sergeant Keffer of the Hermitage Army Recruiting Office, and you are listening to High School Football on FridayNightPA.com.
Back live from Terry Varelli Stadium here for the Girard Yellow Jackets Hickory Hornets game. Kevin Davis here with Mike Joanno. Still a few minutes before kickoff. We talked about the Girard Yellow Jackets. We'll talk a little bit about the Hickory Hornets. Would you like to do that, Mike?
Certainly. Well, the Hornets come in with a record of 8-1. They're the number 1 seed in the region, so they get to play closer to home, and Girard had to travel from Erie down here to New Wilmington for the game. Hornets are led by their sophomore quarterback, Christian Dungy, who has been dynamic both through the air and on the ground. I believe he's rushed for 543 yards and thrown for 810. Statistically speaking, The Hornets have averaged 30.8 points a game. They've given up 16, but that's a pretty good 2-touchdown advantage on a game-by-game basis. Hornets are out rushing and out passing both all of their opponents so far this year, and I would be shocked if we don't see something like that today. At running back, of course, you have Kelvin Morrison, who's clocking in at 1,201 yards so far. Well, that's gain. He has lost 25 on a few runs, so his net's 1,176 yards and 14 touchdowns. As the Hornets come running onto the field wearing their white helmets, red jerseys with white chevrons on the shoulders and black numbers, white pants, the home team gets to wear color. The visiting Girard squad will be in white jerseys, yellow pants, and their signature red helmets. Passing the ball, Christian Dungy, 59 for 82. He's only thrown 2 interceptions, but he has passed for 11 touchdowns. Receiving, since he had the injury to Jaden Phillips against Sharon early in the season, as the slack has been picked up by Marzair Gardlock, the senior, who has 17 receptions, 263 yards, and 2 touchdowns. You'll see also Kelvin Morrison come out of the backfield to get some passes, and Dante Evans, the big tight end, will run out into patterns too. So the Hornets will have a pretty much a dual threat offense going out there today, both running and passing the ball.
Yes, and when I was looking at the Hickory stats, one of the things that stood out to me was their defense, and not just the defense, but who are the key defenders and kind of who are standing out. So obviously with the injuries for Hickory, they've had to have some players step up. You have the senior Adam Myers. He comes in 10.3 tackles per game, 6 tackles for loss. But then just the contributions from the younger players, Jackson Snyder coming in at 7.5 tackles per game, 2 tackles for loss. And then obviously I mentioned Dylan Gardner. He had an interception last game, and he'll be starting tonight at strong safety. So just seeing how those players have stepped up on defense has been really good to see for the Hickory side, and it will be needed for sure tonight against that Girard Yellow Jackets side.
Yeah, the Hickory depth has been challenged all year, and you've seen a few players come up and step into the limelight, Mirlon Peterson being one of them, who's excelled both offensively and playing a lot on defense. Christian Dungy goes both ways, quarterback and safety, and we're going to get the results of the coin toss here. So Girard has won the toss, and they've elected to defer into the second half. The Hornets will receive the opening kickoff, and they'll be moving, if you're watching on the video, right to left on your screen. And we have 3 minutes to go till kickoff.
Yes, and so one more.
Hi, this is Staff Sergeant Keffer of the Hermitage Army Recruiting Office, and you are listening to High School Football on FridayNightPA.com.
Yes, and with minutes before kickoff here, one more thing worth mentioning is some of the other games going on around the area, and I will mention those right after the playing of the national anthem from the Hickory Hornets marching band.
You never know what's going to come out of my mouth.
High school football is on the air. Friday Night PA is pleased to present tonight's game. This Friday Night PA broadcast, both live and archived, are the exclusive property of Friday Night PA and Wallace Marketing and Media. They are produced for the private use of our audience, and any rebroadcast in full or in part is strictly prohibited without the express written consent of Friday Night PA and Wallace Marketing and Media. Now, here's our Friday Night PA broadcast team.
Welcome back, Friday Night PA audience, here at
Terry Verrilli Field.
Yes, Terry Verrilli Stadium here, just minutes before kickoff again. As I was going to talk about before the break, some of the other games going on here. The Class 3A playoffs, which we're in. We have tonight's game, obviously, Hickory against Girard. We have the Fort LaBeouf Bison taking on Corey. That's in Erie. And the winner of that game will play the winner of our game. And the other side of the bracket, we have the Sharon Tigers taking on the Conneaut Area Eagles. That's at Greenville. And then the Grove City Eagles taking on the Northeast Grape Pickers at Franklin tonight at 7. So here we are at kickoff for playoff Friday Night PA.
So Vavrick kicks it deep. It goes over the head of Dungy. It's going to bounce into the end zone, and once it touches back there, it's an automatic touchback, and the Hornets will start 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Let's see who the Hornets start out here. I expect you're going to see a heavy dose of Kelvin Morrison, but don't be surprised to see Christian Dungy keeping the ball a little bit in this game. I'm looking for the middle linebacker, number 44, and I don't see him in there, which would be a big blow if Mason Kalicki's not able to play. We weren't able to see his number as we were looking at the beginning, and I don't see him now. So we've got Evans in the backfield alongside Dungy. You got Morrison in a I formation behind Dungy. They're going to put a man in motion, and there's a flag. So that's not a good way to start the ball game with a flag, and it's going to be a false start on the Hornets, moving back 5 yards, and it'll be 1st and 15.
Looked like they were trying a little bit of a jet touch pass to Mirlon Peterson, motioning through the backfield, but someone moved, so I'll move them back 5.
Still set up in the same formation. You got Evans as a blocking back. They're going to put Peterson. They do the pooch pass. Peterson's going around their left side. He's got room. He's across the 25 out to the 30. He falls forward, and it's going to be close, if not enough, for the first down. We'll credit Jackson Gromley with the stop, but that's enough to move the chains. They'll put the ball right at the 30-yard line, give him 15, and that was guard lock, not Peterson, who had the ball. Now they're going to go with 2-by-2 receivers. Morrison is the lone back behind Dungy. They're going to adjust the play. Dungy working out of the shotgun. He puts Morrison on the right side. And Morrison gets the ball. He makes a little pivot. He's got room. He's over the 40. He breaks free. He's across the 50. Stiff arm. Spins at the 40 of the Girard Yellow Jackets, and it'll be another first down for the Hornets in Girard territory.
Yeah, if one of the things that Girard's going to learn fast is you can't arm tackle Morrison. And you see a few players trying that for Girard and just slipping through Morrison on the left side, and he breaks a long one, keeps the drive going for Hickory.
Big hole created by that offensive line. They're going to come back to 2-by-2 formation again. Morrison is the lone setback. We do have a play clock here, so 20 seconds. They're not going to. They got to the line of scrimmage quickly, but they didn't snap the ball quickly. He's going to bring Morrison up along the right side of Dungy again. Morrison gets the ball. He's going to bounce it out to the right side, and he's got a little bit of room. He's across the 30. He's down inside the 20. He makes a move at the 10. He jukes another one at the 5, and he's going to be in for the touchdown. 40 yards, Kelvin Morrison, and the Hornets take 3 plays to go 85 yards for the first score of the game.
And before the game, I heard about Morrison recently getting an offer from Penn State, and you can see why after that run. Just takes it to the right side, cuts it back, jukes a couple defenders, and makes his way into the goal line for the touchdown. Morrison and Hickory's on the board first here tonight
So Callum Dara is in for the extra point. Gardlock is the holder. Will Hosick is the snapper. Oh, there's a little movement. Dara started forward quickly. No flag, and the kick is good. So with 11:04 to go in the first quarter of play, Hornets strike first, and they open up a 7-0 lead here against Girard, and Girard will be getting the ball for the first time when we come back from these commercial breaks.
At Mercer County Community Federal Credit Union, we're making a difference in our community every day. From great rates on savings and checking to mortgage loans where we turn home buyers into home owners and auto loans that fit your life. We're here for you. With a credit union loan that fits your needs, budget, and lifestyle, we'll be your partner working side by side, helping you succeed. Visit us in Hermitage or Sharon and see why so many trust Mercer County Community Federal Credit Union. Making a difference in our community.
Hi, this is Dr. John Mahinas from the Community Counseling Center of Mercer County. We here at the Community Counseling Center are wishing the Hickory Hornets all the best in the coming year. May it be filled with success, teamwork, and memorable moments. Go Hornets!
Back here live from Terry Varelli Stadium after that latest Kelvin Morrison score puts the Hickory Hornets up 7-0 here, and Daroff set the kickoff.
Levi Potter will be the deep man, replacing usually Aiden Arnold. It's unfortunate. I was looking forward to watching the young man play. Up, and the wind blows the ball off. It is a little breezy here in New Wilmington. Certainly fine weather. I did a game here a few years ago. Hickory played Slippery Rock, and I swear there was 3 inches of water on the field. It was one of the most torrential rain downpours that I've ever seen. So Dara will now approach the ball, and he's going to kick it deep. It's taken by the up man at the 17. He gets across the 30. He's got a little bit of room. He breaks free. He's out to the 40, and he's going to be dragged down there. I think that was J.J. Treese who pulls him down, but that will be Braden Mussett, the up back, who puts Girard way out at the 46-yard line in good field position.
Yeah, that was a great return from him. Just took it up the right side, followed his blockers, and able to take it almost to midfield.
So the Yellow Jackets in their yellow pants will be starting their first offensive possession in good field position. The quarterback, Ryan St. Julian. Looks like he's got a full house backfield behind him, and they're in a I formation. Now they'll break out. And it looks like it will be Mussett as the running back. They have an up back. Working under center is St. Julian. He hands it to the running back, Mussett. He gets hit. No, that's not Mussett. That's Levi Serrano, and he's going to spin his way into Hornet territory. He'll be a gain of close to 5. Was that Matthew Myers, number 9, on the stop?
It looked to be, and Dante Evans as well. It was a great play from him on the edge, able to keep the edge and make the initial contact with the running back to kind of hold him up, and the pack of the defenders brought him down eventually for a 5-yard gain.
They mark it just inside the 50. They're going to put one receiver out wide to the right or the left, and they're going to move the tight end from left to right. They hand it to the running back, 24, hit in the backfield and dropped right there at the line of scrimmage. Let's see who crashed in from that side. Matt Myers and Dante Evans again, I believe, on the stop. Will Hosick was there, so we'll put no gain on that, maybe a loss of half a yard. And it'll bring up 3rd and 6.
And Hickory's done a good job so far being stout against the run, and obviously Girard are missing their top 2 running backs, but good stops nonetheless from the Hickory defense, and it sets up the first 3rd down of the game.
Well, there's an officials conference at the 50. I didn't see a flag, and there is a flag right at the 49-yard line. It looks like it's a hold against, no, a chop block. So they might move him back. Yeah, so it looks like they're going to march that penalty back. I believe a chop block is a 15-yard penalty, so that's going to put them in a hole. Yeah. Well, it's a 10-yard penalty, so it'll be 2nd and 16. They'll come out with trips on each side of the line with just 3 linemen in front of the quarterback, Ryan St. Julian, and they're going to fling it out quick pass, and immediately coming up and making the tackle, I believe, is Miralon Peterson, and it'll be no gain, maybe a loss on the play. Yeah, he'll lose 2. So now it's going to be 3rd and 18 from the 38. Hosick comes off, running onto the field defensively, Kelvin Morrison. Don't see that a lot. 2 receivers, 2 by 2. St. Julian working out of the shotgun. He's getting an adjustment of the play. The running back is Levi Serrano. St. Julian rolls over to his left. He's looking down the field. He throws it incomplete at the 50-yard line. Pass was intended for number 4, that is River Rogers, and that'll bring up 4th and forever, and they're going to bring on the punting unit. St. Julian is the punter. Kelvin Morrison is dropped deep as the returner.
And St. Julian tried a little bit of an out route, but he was pressured, threw it with the defender in his face, looked to still have a chance to be completed, but well short of the first down regardless, and the ball falls incomplete, bring up the 4th down.
High snap. St. Julian gets the kickoff, and it's a good one. He pushes Morrison back. It bounces inbounds at the 22-yard line and then goes out of bounds. Let's see where they will spot it. They're going to spot it right around the 21, and that's where the Hornets will start their second drive at 9:07 to go in the first quarter of play with the score. Hickory 7, Girard 0.
Sharon Regional Health System is celebrating a new chapter, proudly serving the healthcare needs of our community. We have a renewed dedication and unwavering commitment to deliver the highest standard of care that you've come to know and expect. This means reinvesting in our employees, our physicians, and the essential medical technologies needed to provide exceptional care to you and your family. Sharon Regional Health System, continuing the legacy of healthcare in our community. Learn more at SharonRegionalHealthSystem.org.
Hornets have 2 receivers out to the left. Morrison is the running back. They'll put Gardlock in motion. It's a pooch pass to Gardlock. He's going around the right side, cuts it up over the 25. He gets out to the 30, spins, and the ball comes out. It's down at around the 36-yard line, but they may be marking him down. I don't know. Will Hosick covers the fumble, and it's going to be a fumble forward, so the ball will be placed at the 36, and it'll be a first down for the Hornets.
Yeah, fortunate play that they were able to recover that fumble, as Gardlock had a lot of space on the right, and it kind of slowly developed, and he's able to get that first down.
So they got 2 receivers on the far side of the field, 1 on the near side. Well, 2 on the near side. They got the tight end up in the slot. Morrison again is the running back. Girard going with 4 down linemen. They're going to bring Morrison along the right side. He gets the ball. No. Dungy has it. He's going to get hit and dropped after about a gain of 1. And I'm going to credit Chris Barrett with the tackle, number 6. So gain of 1. It'll be 2nd and 9. So he has the option there, Kevin, to give it to Morrison or keep it. He thought he saw something, but that hole closed quickly. So now they'll go 2 by 2. Jamarian Husband in the game at receiver. He's out to the left with Miralon Peterson. You got Evans and Gardlock out to the right. On the left side of Dungy is Morrison. And Dungy rolls to his left. He's going to throw an out pattern. Peterson might have been out of bounds. Let's see if they give him credit. They do. It's a complete pass out to the 45. So it'll be a gain of 8 and bring up. Well, now they're talking about it. I thought his foot might have been on the white line, and the officials are going to rule it incomplete. And I think that's the correct ruling on that. His right foot was just over the line as he pulled in the ball, so it'll bring up 3rd and 9.
That was a really good throw there from Dungy, rolling to his opposite side and throwing to the far sideline, still throwing a strike, but unable to come in with the ball, Pearson, and that forces the incomplete pass, brings up 3rd down.
Peterson stays in the game. He'll be wide to the left. In the slot will be Dante Evans. On the far side of the field, we have Gardlock, and I cannot see who the other receiver is. Morrison is the running back. Put their man in motion, going from right to left. And Dungy keeps it. He's got a lot of room. He's going to get across the 45. He falls down near the first down marker, and it looks like the far line judge is going to give him the first down. So Christian Dungy's going to pick it up, and
looks like they're calling him just short actually here. So I wouldn't surprise me if Hickory tries to.
Nope, they give him the first down. I thought he got to the line, and the head referee just signaled the first down.
Yeah, I don't think they have chain measurements at this level, but.
Well, they do, but they don't have the laser level that they have in the NFL, if you saw that in the game this last week. All right, so they'll go with a similar formation. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 way out to the right, but this time Evans is going to be tight as a tight end, and he's a lead blocker, and he creates a big hole for Morrison, who gets into the secondary. He'll be flung down as he gets near the 40-yard line. Braden Mussett was the first one to hit him, and River Rogers is the one who finishes it up. But that'll be another first down for the Hornets and Kelvin Morrison.
Great blocking there from the Hickory Hornets O-line as Morrison just ran it straight up the middle, following the fullback. Wasn't touched until he was 10 yards past the line of scrimmage.
I'm not sure I'd want to get in the way of Dante Evans if he was coming with a full head of steam. So, again, same formation. This time, Dungy gives it to Morrison straight up. He bakes it off to the left, cuts it back, and he's across the 30. Makes another cut at the 20, and it's a race to the end zone, and Kelvin Morrison's going to win that one. 40 yards for the touchdown, and Morrison has almost 100 yards, and we're not quite 6 minutes into the football game.
And that's Morrison's second 40-yard rushing touchdown of the game already in the first quarter here at Terry Varelli Stadium. A great drive there from the Hickory Hornets, and you can see the effectiveness of Dungy on that run as he made that D-end on the end be honest with Dungy taking it himself. He had to kind of delay going after Morrison, and that's all the space Morrison needed as he took it to the left for the touchdown, extending the Hickory lead.
Callum Dara gets the kick up, and it's good. Good snap again by Will Hosick, and the hold by Marzair Gardlock. And the Hornets now lead 14-0 with 6:22 to go in the first quarter of play. So what I would expect what they're going to try to do, if you're Hickory, is they want to keep the pedal to the metal. They want to shorten this game. They'd like to get to the 35 score before halftime and make it a continuous clock. Well, I talked too much. We're going to go to a quick commercial break, and we'll be back to bring you the kickoff.
Looking for a timeless treasure? Discover the magic of King's Jewelry, a family-owned gem since 1914. We're excited to announce our brand new location at 2220 East State Street in Hermitage. Whether it's an engagement ring, a special gift, or a stunning statement piece, our expert jewelers are here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Join us for our grand opening. Enjoy exclusive offers and discover why generations have trusted King's Jewelry for the most cherished moments.
King's Jewelry, celebrating love for over 100 years.
So Callum Dara set to kick off. Deep again is Levi Potter. He's flanked by Braden Messett and Nick Zona of the Yellow Jackets. And he's going to kick it deep again. It heads over towards Messett, who catches it at the 17. Tries up the sideline, and he'll be falling forward as he gets across the 25. And Dylan Gardner on the stop for the Hornets. And the Yellow Jackets will start 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Yeah, Mussett had a good kick return his first kickoff, and that one he fielded near the sideline. I'm not sure if that was really the right play. He maybe should have let it try to maybe bounce out of bounds, but decides to field it nonetheless and brings it up to the 26.
So let's see what Girard, they're mostly a running squad, and they come in. They've used a few unusual formations on their first series of downs. And this time they're going to go tight trips to the left, and they'll put one man in motion. And this time the quarterback, it's a wildcat snap directly to River Rogers, and he's hit in the backfield and be brought down for about a 1 yard, maybe 2 yard loss.
Yeah, he ran into a host of defenders there, one of which Luke Lewis, as I mentioned, the star senior for Hickory. He has many offers as well, and he'll definitely be playing somewhere eventually.
Yeah, there's a few players on this Hickory squad that are going to be playing beyond high school. Some in major college, some in some of the smaller colleges, but it's all good football. They have a under center I formation. They hand it to the back through, and he's hit immediately and dropped. And that was Luke Lewis. He ran into a wall that time. Lewis just wrestled him straight to the ground. Maybe give him a gain of 1. And it'll bring up 3rd and 11. The ball's placed at the 25-yard line of the Yellow Jackets.
And it's interesting to see last defensive drive, Morrison in a defense here, this time taking him out. Be interesting to see how much he plays as this game goes on.
So 4 receivers in the pattern, and Evans was breathing down the neck of the quarterback, and they're going to put a flag on the Hornets. It looked like the trail arm of Gardlock was pushing on the receiver, and I imagine it's going to be offense or defensive pass interference or a hold.
Yeah, silly penalty there from Gardlock. Didn't really need to make any contact, as looked to be short of the line to gain, but makes the contact, and that gives them the first down.
So I have the video that I see. We have a little bit of a delay, and when the receiver went to make his break, he had a grab on the back of his jersey to keep him from getting out, and that's what the call was. So that'll be 10 yards. It doesn't give him a first down, though. It'll bring up 3rd and 1.
And so far, haven't really seen much of obviously Mason Klicky out of the game. See if they decide to test the receivers. River Rogers, one of the top receivers, and Nick Zona on the Yellow Jackets.
So they're working out of an I formation. The quarterback is under center. Serrano is the deep back. The fullback is Chris Barrett. And they hand it to Barrett, and he's hit immediately. Amari Gillespie. But the ball came out. If it's recovered by Girard, it's a first down. If it's recovered by the Hornets, they'll take over at the Girard 36. And the Hornets get it. So he was hit immediately by Amari Gillespie, and the ball shot out, and the Hornets were able to cover it. So they'll take over deep in Girard territory at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, that's unfortunate there for the Yellow Jackets, as that's probably a play where you do see Mason Klicky at fullback take the ball, and this time backup goes in and unfortunately drops the ball, sets Hickory up here at about the 37.
Morrison is in, and Dungy will be the quarterback. Gardlock and Peterson are the receivers, along with Jamari and Husband. So Gardlock and Husband are out to the right, and they'll put one in motion. Back to pass is Dungy. He's got a little room to move. He's going to lob it down the field. Oh, and had a chance at the ball. I think that was Gardlock, and he just couldn't pull it in. He was in the corner of the end zone, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Yeah, this time Dungy decides to take a shot on the right side to Gardlock, and he's guarded one-on-one. Defender didn't really know anything about it. He had the back to his quarterback and kind of just put the hands up. Gardlock probably maybe could have fought back a little bit more and drew that pass interference, but ball falls incomplete, sets up 2nd down.
Two receivers to the right, 2 to the left, and they get them to jump off sides, and there's the flag. So the right end got a little anxious there, and that's Cohen DeSanti. So that'll give the Hornets 5 yards and make it 2nd and 5.
And you can't really blame them with how Hickory's been running the ball so far, trying to get any advantage you can on that D line, and this time just a little bit early.
So Evans in the slot. 2 receivers out to the right. Gardlock way out to the left. They'll bring Morrison on the right-hand side of Dungy. He gets the ball. No, Dungy's got it. He spins at the 30. He's inside the 10. He lowers his shoulder, and I think he's going to be in the end zone. Christian Dungy. 31-yard scamper for the Hornet touchdown, and with 4:35 to go in the first quarter of play, the Hornets have pushed the lead out to 20-0. And I think what we talked about at the beginning of the game, the speed that the Hornets have is amply being demonstrated here in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, so that was a great play all around from the Hickory Hornets offense. First, Dungy takes it to the left side. Beautiful spin move, jukes out the defender, and great job from the receiver blocking downfield, able to make that space for Dungy to get to the end zone and score, extending the lead to 20.
So Hosick will snap to the latecomer Marzair Gardlock. Callum Dara gets the kick up, and it is good. So that'll push the score to 21-0 with 4:35 to go in the first quarter of play. And we'll be back after these commercial messages.
Ready for that kitchen upgrade? Hi, this is Jim from McCluskey Showcase Kitchens and Baths in New Wilmington, where we bring your vision to life with expert design, premium cabinetry, and a team that treats your home like their own. From custom design to complete renovation, we handle it all. Visit lookatmykitchen.com to explore our work and schedule your consultation. That's lookatmykitchen.com, where experience meets design.
Hi, this is Tammy Calderwood from Mercer County Community Federal Credit Union, and you are listening to High School Football on Friday Night PA.
Hi, this is Mike Joanno from the Joanno Legal Group, and you are listening to High School Football on Friday Night PA.
Welcome back here. Kevin Davis with Mike Joanno at Tony Varelli Stadium as the Hickory Hornets just extended their lead to 21-0 here against the Yellow Jackets in the first round of the Class 3A District 10 playoffs.
So Callum Dara will get set to kick off. He's been kicking it deep. This time it's going to go to the receiver at the returner, Levi Potter, who takes it over the left side, and he'll get out near the 30-yard line. Jackson Schneider there on the stop, I believe.
And Girard coming on the field now after getting stymied their first two drives. Really have to get something going here if they want to have a chance in this game.
Well, Girard looking for their first down, if my memory is correct, on their third offensive possession. They'll go with that tight formation to start. They've been breaking out into a different formation, still adjusting players on the line. St. Julian is under center. He's got a full house backfield behind him. He gives it to the third back through, and he's hit immediately. Michael Risfays there, Amari Gillespie, and Matthew Myers for maybe, well, they're going to give him a yard, and that was Levi Serrano on the carry, so it'll be 2nd and 9.
Good job again from the Hickory D-line as just a simple ISO run to the middle was stopped from the host of the D lineman, able to kind of just bond together and stop the runner from getting going, and sets up a 2nd and 9.
They're going to spread it out this time. Back to pass to St. Julian. He's going deep. There's coverage there, and incomplete. Mirlon Peterson step for step with the receiver, Nick Zona, and that'll bring up 3rd and 9.
Yeah, no real space whatsoever as St. Julian tries his first shot of the game this time, the near side, and the ball falls incomplete, sets up the 3rd down.
They're going to come out quickly. 2-by-2 formation again, one back alongside the quarterback, St. Julian, and they might have got the Hornets to jump that time, and they did. So that'll pick up a free 5 yards and make it 3rd and 4, much more manageable distance for the Yellow Jackets.
And you see Girard coming out now, 3rd and 9. St. Julian having a good season, as we mentioned, trying to continue this success tonight.
I think he was just under 1,000 yards passing, if I remember correctly. So he has the ability to throw the ball. Most of what I saw, though, were passes to the flats or short passes in the seam, not a lot of deep balls. One receiver this time out wide to the left, 2 to the right. They got an up back on the left side of the line. They got pressure. They're going to do a screen pass. Barrett's got the ball. He's got a 1st down, and he drives a few Hornets with him across the 45. That's not Barrett. That's Jackson Gromley.
And when you were looking away, I think the ball might have popped out there. See what they roll on the field. And they're pointing. They're saying that the possession was maintained there from the Girard Yellow Jackets. He's kind of slammed down at the end. It looked to be probably his elbow or knee was down.
So they pick up a 1st down. They got the ball out to their 46, and it's going to be a fresh set of downs for the Yellow Jackets. Handoff straight ahead and hit in the backfield and flung to the ground by Luke Lewis. just he caught the running back as he got the handoff. I mean, I can't even call it a tackle. He just kind of picked him up and flung him like a rag doll. There'll be a loss of 1.
Yeah, they tried to pull the guard there on that run to the right, and the pulling of the guard just made a wide open space for Luke Lewis to just run through, and he was able to bring the running back down for a loss. Another tackle for loss on this great season for Lewis, and sets up a 2nd down.
Now, I've never seen that before. They all lined up in a single file and then broke out to a formation. One receiver in the formation. They're going to give it to the running back who's trying the left end, and he's going to be hit and dropped right there. Cavante Miller on the stop. So no gain on the play. I got to give this to the Girard squad. They're trying to be inventive in the way that they're presenting their line fronts to try to catch the Hornets off guard. Really hasn't worked yet, but you get an A for effort. So this time they'll have 2 receivers, one on each side of the line of scrimmage, working out of an I formation. St. Julian under center. And he's going to roll to his right. He's going to pass, and he had a receiver open at the 50. Gromley unable to haul it in, so that'll make it 4th and 11, and the Yellow Jackets will have to punt.
Yeah, St. Julian just has the tough task ahead of him every play. As you saw there as he snapped it, the line was pushed back 5 yards before he was even able to really decide what he was going to do with the ball, and that forced him to a quick decision. Great throw, though, to the right side, and falls incomplete, though, sets up the 4th down.
So St. Julian is in to punt. Kelvin Morrison back to return it. High snap, he gets the punt off. It's a low kick and towards the far sideline. It's going to go out of bounds. I wouldn't kick it to Kelvin Morrison either. It's going to go out. Let's see where they originally moved it up to the 30. Now I'm not sure where they're going to mark the ball.
Yeah, that seems to be something teams have been adopting recently against Morrison, just to kick it out of bounds.
Keep it away. Keep away. So the ball will be marked at the 36. And in scores of other games, Sharon has surged ahead of Conneaut 7-0 in the first quarter. Grove City taking the lead over Northeast 7-0 in the first quarter. And Fort LaBeouf and Corey are still made it at 6 in the first quarter of play. So we got 2 receivers out to the left. Dungy in the shotgun. Morrison on his right. 1 receiver to his right. Dungy's back to pass. He's going to pass it out to Gardlock on the right side. He's got it across the 40, out to near the 43, maybe the 44-yard line. Tackled on the play by River Rogers. So give him a gain of, let's call it 8. It'll be 2nd and 2.
You can see the chemistry Dungy has with Gardlock. Just a simple curl route, and he times it perfectly for the catch.
Hornets up to the line of scrimmage quickly, and now they'll adjust the play. Husband and Peterson are going to be flanked out to the left, Gardlock to the right, and tight end, I believe, is Matthew Myers on the left side. They give it to Morrison. He's going on the left side. He just streaks across the line of scrimmage and into Girard territory. He'll be tackled down at around the 43-yard line, but that'll be another Hornet first down.
Yeah, great run from Morrison. His stride and his acceleration is really what helps him get through that line so fast, and he's able to do it just there and stop, though, from the Girard defense.
It almost looks like he's playing the game at a different speed than everybody else right now. He's working out of the I formation. Dungy keeps it, rolls to the right. He's looking downfield. He's going to toss it. And almost a one-handed catch by Jamarian Husband at the 25, but it'll fall incomplete and bring up 2nd and 10.
And this time, with the threat of Morrison in the last few runs, they decide to play action, roll out right, and not able to quite connect with Husband, as there was a good coverage there from Girard. Man right under him, so Dungy kind of had to loft it over the defender and not quite able to make the completed catch. Sets up the 2nd down.
So Morrison will be on the left side of Dungy in the shotgun. Dungy's back to pass. He rolls now to his right, and he flicks it out to Morrison. It was wide open, but a little bit too far for him to pull in, and that'll bring up 3rd down. And Girard looking to stymie the Hornets for the first time in this ball game with 40.1 seconds to go in the first quarter play, with the Hornets ahead 21-0. This time they'll have 2 receivers on the far side. One receiver on the near side, the boundary side, working out of the shotgun. Oh, they almost got him to jump. Morrison is the running back. I wouldn't be afraid to hand it to Morrison. They tried to create some space for him out on the right side, and they do give it to Morrison, and he shakes one tackler. He's over the 40. He breaks it out to the right side. Over the 30. He's inside the 20. He gets to the 10, spins his way down, and leaps to the 1. So he doesn't get it in, so it'll be a 41-yard carry as opposed to 42 that he needed for the touchdown. But that will be a first down and goal for the Hornets at the 1-yard line.
And what a play by Morrison there, as he just 3rd and 10 there. It's kind of just hand it to Morrison and let him do his magic as he takes it to the right side and it's able to almost get it into the end zone, but brought down just short and sets up the 1st and goal.
Well, they're going to go with the jumbo package. Amari Gillespie came in at fullback. I think he was getting the ball. They were trying to give the guy a touchdown, but Girard calls timeout with 10.5 seconds to go in the first quarter of play, and we'll be back in a moment.
D'Onofrio's Food Center has a long history of friendly, helpful service and affordable prices on all their groceries. Try their fresh deli meats and cheeses or their tasty bakery items. Pick up fresh produce, seafood, and delicious barbecue. Stop by the meat department for homemade sausage and fresh-cut steaks. Be sure to ask about their catering services for your next event. And find all the groceries you need from national and store brands. Serving the community for 4 generations. D'Onofrio's Food Center on Route 18 in Hermitage.
This is Mike Lysak from Warehouse Sales, and you're listening to High School Football on Friday Night PA.
Welcome back live here, Friday Night PA. It's Hickory knocking on the door of the 1-yard line, and you mentioned the jumbo formation. I was thinking about last week when we saw a big man get the ball and break through the goal
Luke
line.
Lewis got his touchdown. They got Jamarian Husband in there at fullback. It looks like they're trying to get him a touchdown. Under center is Dungy. Gives it to Kamari Gillespie in for the Hornet touchdown. So the big man does get a score to run the score up to 27-0 with 6.5 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. And the Hornets are trying to get to that 35 in record speed.
And Amari Gillespie's having quite the game so far as he just broke the end zone for a touchdown. He also has a forced fumble a few drives ago, so a great game for him so far for the Hickory Hornets.
Callum Dara in to attempt the extra point. Will Hosick is the snapper. Gardlock is the holder. Good snap. Holds down. Kick is up, and the kick is no good. So that'll make the score 27-0 with 6.5 seconds to go in the first quarter of play. Which is, if you're wanting to get to that 35, you hate to see the missed extra point.
Yes.
It looks like it was a little bit wide to the right as I see the delay here on our video. But the Hornets are firmly in control of this football game in the first quarter of play.
Yeah, it seems to be whatever they've been trying has been working so far, whether it's been running with Morrison. I mean, that normally always works, or just passing with Dungy. He's been able to connect with Gardlock. And what I've noticed when they've been running the ball a lot, it really opens the middle of the field, and it wouldn't surprise me if we end up seeing Dante Evans' his name be called throughout the rest of this game.
So who's deep to receive this? It looks like they've put a new deep receiver, and that is Zayden Markham. Number 14, Callum Dara set to kick off for the Hornets. And he's going to kick it towards the side. It's going to bounce and go out of bounds at around the 12, so Girard will get the ball at the 35-yard line.
And you see that a lot on the other side of the ball with Hickory not being able to get the either punt return or kickoff because they have those dangerous returns. This time, I'm not sure if that was intended, kicked out of the bounds from Daroff, sets Girard in great field position.
So Girard takes over at their own 35. We'll have enough time for maybe one play here in the first quarter, and then they'll switch sides of the field. St. Julian working out of the shotgun. He's got Gromley and Serrano back with him. 2 receivers out wide to his left. Pitches it to Serrano, taking over the left side. Will Hosick in pursuit. And was that Cavante Miller? No, Dylan Gardner picked him up and deposited him for a 1-yard loss, and that'll be the end of the first quarter of play with the score. Hickory 27, Girard 0.
Warehouse Sales is your fishing gear destination, including PA fishing licenses, lures, lines, and more. Visit us on Facebook for daily deals or take the short drive to Sharon, PA today. Hard to find parts and accessories for any job, indoor and out. From gardening to gearheads, pest control to plumbing, we're Warehouse Sales. Chances are if we don't have it, you don't need it. Take aim. Warehouse Sales now carries Pennsylvania hunting licenses, plus hunting blinds, trail cameras, outdoor accessories, and more. Warehouse Sales in Sharon, PA.
Nobody plans to get hurt at work, and when I did, I had no idea what to do. So I called the Joanno Legal Group.
The insurance companies have attorneys on call. You deserve to have one too. You deserve to know your rights, and you deserve to have answers to all your questions. Call the Joanno Legal Group toll-free at 888-347-1411. There's no fee unless we settle your case or have to fight to protect your benefits. Please visit us at joannolegalgroup.com or call us toll-free at 888-347-1411. Joanno Legal Group, when you deserve more. No fee unless we win or settle your case.
All right, so Girard's got another trickeration play, and they hand it to Levi, who gets hit and dropped as he gets across the 35-yard line. Jackson Snyder was the first one to hit him. And it looked like it was Logan Byerly who finished him off, so we'll give him a gain of 3. Makes it 3rd and 8.
And you have to give the Yellow Jackets credit for sticking with the run, even though it hasn't really been effective so far in this game. And you saw it just there with another run, and here sets up a 3rd down.
Yeah, they got another swinging gate type formation. They got 4-5 out to the right. They'll bring the receiver in motion back to pass. Throwing it over the middle, complete, and rolling off of a tackler is the receiver, Zach Severance, and he's going to get out to the midfield stripe, and that'll be a 1st down for Girard.
Yeah, it looks to be the Yellow Jackets version of Dante Evans there, the tight end for Girard. Just finds the opening in the middle, soft spot, and makes the completed catch. See him a little bit slow back to the line of scrimmage after that hit there, but
he's limping, yeah.
Still in the game.
So they're throwing all kinds of formations at him, trying to find something that'll work, and that time it did. Interesting, they put all those linemen out to the right, then they brought the one receiver who was out there in motion and left them all by themselves. This time 2 backs alongside St. Julian. He's going to roll himself. He's got pressure. He gets to the line of scrimmage, and he's going to come down, and I believe there's a hold on the play. So maybe a gain of 1, but there are flags all over the field.
Yeah, it looked to be number 8, Jackson Gromley, one of the key defenders for Girard, and actually one of the offensive players. And
yeah, he was just manhandling the
yeah, he's kind
little Dylan Gardner, I think, and that should move him back 10.
Yeah, a silly penalty there for Girard, moving him back 10, and can't really have that on their side of the ball as the offensive yards have come few and far between, and that negative yards and being behind the sticks is never easy to come back from, especially against this Hickory Hornets side.
So I think he might have gained 1 or 2 on the play. The Hornets are deciding whether to accept the penalty or not. And there's a further conference at the midfield stripe on this. It looks like they're ready to step it off against Girard. There's been no signal for what the actual penalty is. I just know it's against Girard. So that'll move them back to their own 40 and make it 1st and 20. 2 receivers now set out to the far right of the formation. And now there's further discussion. And now they'll go back and do something the teams don't do anymore, huddle. Jackson Gromley is the running back, or fullback. Braden Mussett is the running back. 2 receivers now out to the left side. St. Julian gives it to Gromley, who's going to fall forward. Jackson Schneider and Dante Evans have a hold of him. He'll get 2. Make it 2nd and 18.
Now, that wasn't the worst play there for Girard, as it didn't gain really many yards, but I think it can really open some stuff up later in the game, as looked to be kind of a triple option there. They decide to hand it off. If Julian decides to take it himself, it looked to have a little bit more space on the left side, and then one of his running backs to his left as well who he could pitch it to, and maybe see that as this game goes on.
I just don't know that they have a lot of time to be setting plays up for later in the game. One back alongside St. Julian. He's got 2 receivers on each side. He's looking to his right. He's got pressure. Dante Evans, Jackson Schneider coming in, lobs it up, and the Hornets try for the interception, but Kelvin Morrison it was too far out of bounds, and it'll be incomplete, so it'll bring up 3rd and 18.
Great rush there from the Hickory Hornets defense as Dante Evans and then the other end meet at the quarterback and are able to force that early throw out of bounds from Julian. Sets up this 3rd down.
I believe they're cousins, Jackson Schneider and Dante Evans. I could be wrong. So we'll go with the same 2-by-2 formation with the 4 receivers in the pattern. One back alongside the quarterback, St. Julian. He's back to pass, looking to his left. He's got pressure. He rolls to his right. Dante Evans is chasing him down, and he's going to go out of bounds, and they're going to call Dante Evans with, I believe, a late hit. He hit him way out of bounds, and that might give him 15. 2 flags fly on the play.
And the play there for Girard had nothing really going for them, as Julian had to kind of scramble out to the right. No one open in terms of receivers, so that's why Julian had to scramble, and he takes it up the right sideline out of bounds, and Luke Lewis, as you mentioned, tackled him, and that is a penalty, so that will give them the 1st down and keep the drive going for the Girard Yellow Jackets, as you see Julian, his effectiveness with his legs there as he kind of just scrambles off to the right and sets up the 1st down here at the 42 as the Hickory Hornets lead 27-0, 9:33 here in the 2nd quarter. Hickory looking to extend their dominant season they've had so far, having an 8-1 season and looking to continue that success here tonight in the Class 3A playoffs. So Julian under center, snaps the ball, hands off to the running back, number 24. He takes it to the right side and tackled shortly. That was Levi Serrano. He tackled about the 40-yard line, so gained about 2 there. And Serrano, that's that actually, my mistake with the penalty yardage and that run there. That is a new set of downs there for the Yellow Jackets. So 1st down, and I was going to mention with injuries on the Yellow Jackets side, we had mentioned number 0, Aiden Arnold, and number 44, Mason Kalicki, been big misses for them, and Levi Serrano has been the one trying to step up in his place here in the backfield. So St. Julian takes the snap, hands it off to Serrano up the middle, and he barrels over the defender in about the 32-yard line there, so that will be about a gain of 8. Great angry run there from Serrano, as that's his longest run of the game, and stop from Jackson Snyder, another one of those key defenders for the Hornets. As I mentioned, averaging 7.5 tackles per game this year, so another tackle there. St. Julian in the backfield. Low snap, but kind of just rolls back to him. He picks it up, tries to barrel up the middle, and he's tackled about the line of scrimmage, and there is a flag thrown, so see what the officials decide on there, as St. Julian kind of had to just make the most of it there, as ball was kind of just rolled to him. Low snap, and Girard offense is already kind of moving themselves back, so, and the official signals a chop block, so that I think that's actually, yeah, that's the 2nd chop block on Girard so far this game. Not something you really see normally, but called there and sets them back another 10 yards. So I think it'll be 1st and 20 here. And St. Julian in the backfield with Serrano to his right. 4 receivers wide. A single high safety and do a little bit of a hard count there. St. Julian gets the D tackle for Hickory to jump. That will be another 5-yard penalty. Kind of just moving back and forth now with penalties. No clock really going off. It's still 8:27 left here in the second quarter. Hickory Hornets leading 27-0 here as they're playing their first round of the Class 3A District 10 playoffs. Looking to win here and advance to play possibly Fort LaBeouf or Corey. So Girard still trying to drive here. 2nd and 5. St. Julian under center, hands it off to Serrano. Little ISO run up the middle, and he's kind of held up, and the ball comes out there. That was a great play there from the Hickory defenses. They kind of just stymied there at the one part of the play, and it kind of looked like official close to blowing it dead, but the ball just popped out there, and another fumble for the Girard Yellow Jackets. And that's Dylan Gardner there with the fumble recovery. So gets the starting job here at strong safety tonight and makes the play. Another play here for him as he had that play last game. So great play there from the Hornets defense. Gets them back on offense.
Sorry I had to step away. I also have the duties as the video man for the Hornets, and we had some trouble with our huddle system. So now the Hornets get the ball back. They have 2 receivers out to the right, 2 backs alongside Dungy. They bring Gardlock in motion. Dungy's he's looking for it all. Peterson's there. He just overshot him. He was 5 yards past the defender. He's got to put a little more air there to get that collected, and it'll be incomplete and bring up 2nd and 10.
And you can tell Dungy's hyped up for the game tonight. Saw one earlier today where he kind of overthrew Morrison. He's just maybe just a little bit too hyped for the game, but still.
Well, that's the way the wind's blowing, too, so there could have been some wind aiding on that floater of the ball. Morrison is the lone setback behind Dungy. He gets it reluctantly, and then he just sprints down the sideline. Calvin Morrison is going to go the distance, but there's a flag thrown at the 35-yard line.
Yeah, it looks to probably be a holding there on the edge. It's kind of a funny play there. Pitch to Morrison. He kind of fumbles it around there. It makes the defense kind of stand still for a second, and he is able to take advantage and just sprint up the right side of the field and take it to the end zone, but there is a flag, as you mentioned.
Well, I watched the replay. I didn't see the hold, but the officiating crew did, so they'll mark it from the point of the foul, I believe, and it'll still result in a first down, but instead of Morrison getting a 63-yard touchdown, he gets a 23-yard gain. So that'll put the ball at the midfield stripe. Fresh set of downs for the Hornets. 7:38 to go in the first half of play. 27-0 the Hornets lead. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Got an H-back on the left side of the line. Back to pass is Dungy. He rolls to his left. He throws it out to Morrison. Again, a little bit too tall for him to get. And it'll fall incomplete. Stop the clock at 7:31 and bring up 2nd and 10.
And Dungy there, trying a pass, play action. Great awareness as he kind of senses the defender bearing down behind him, able to spin out of the pocket. Tries to find Morrison on the run, just a little bit too far, falls incomplete. Sets up the 2nd and 10 here for the Hornets. Is 7:31 here still in the second quarter. Hornets leading 27-0 here in the first round of the Class 3A District 10 playoffs.
Hornets looking to three-peat District 10 championships this year. They're going to bring Morrison along the right side of Dungy. Dungy gives it to Morrison going over the left side. He's going to get across the 50. He's hit and he breaks the tackle. He spins off another at the 40. still on his feet, shedding tacklers, still on his feet, and they're going to eventually, the whole team tackles him as they get to the 37-yard line. So it'll be a tremendous gain of 13.
Yeah, you saw Morrison kind of just get thrown around there at the end, and I was kind of wondering if he was going to try to take it back all the way around the other side of the field, but I'm guessing after that run 2 plays ago, after he just sprinted 50 yards, he probably didn't want to have to sprint another 100 yards there, and he did end up getting 13 yards, though, on that run.
And he'll take a breather. Dylan Gardner in at running back. Is that Gardner? Yeah, Dylan Gardner going to get some play at running back here in this game. Dungy is the quarterback. He directs Gardner where to stand. He's in an I formation. 2 tight ends. Dungy rolls to his right. He's got plenty of room. He's going to run it himself across the 30. Cuts it back at the 25. Another cut. Spins. He gets inside the 20. Spins again. He's going to go to the far side of the field. And Christian Dungy, 37 yards for the Hornet touchdown.
And what a run there from Dungy. You kind of saw something similar earlier in the game with that spin move. This time, a little bit better, I would say, as he's able to cut it to the right, spin to the middle of the field, and cut it all the way back to the left. And by the time he was in the middle of the field, he was found a bunch of his teammates able to host him into the end zone, helped him, and that was a great run from Dungy again. Second touchdown run of 30-plus yards on the game.
Callum Dara in to attempt the extra point. Hosick is a snapper. Good snap. Gardlock gets the hold down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So it's 6:36 to go in the first half of play. The score, Hickory 34, Girard 0. And we'll be back after this commercial message.
Hi, this is Joe Flynn with Flynn's Tire. We know how valuable your time is, so we've made it fast, easy, and affordable to buy tires. There's 3 easy ways to purchase tires from Flynn's. First, just drive in, because Flynn's will get you in right now. No appointment necessary. The second option, give us a call, and we'll help you select and reserve the perfect tire for you. The third option, save time and buy online at flynnstire.com. It's that easy. Just drive in, and Flynn's will get you in right now.
And tell them Finney sent you.
Hi, this is Joe Flynn with Flynn's Tire and Auto Service. You're listening to high school football on Friday Night PA.
So the Hornets are 1 point away from a continuous clock in the second half, but they are 1 point away. Still 6:36 to go in the first half of play. They got time to get an extra score on the board, but they got to hold Girard here. Dara set to kick off. And deep to receive this kick, Levi Potter this time. See if Dara can keep it in bounds. It's going towards the out of bounds again, and he's going to boot it out of bounds again. And he's not happy with himself. So the Girard will get good field position, and the special teams coach is waiting for the kicker, Callum Dara, and they're going to have a few words. Hopefully words of encouragement.
Yes. And I think now is a good time to mention our U.S. Army Award of Excellence we hand out to the player of the game, who we deem is that standout player at the end of tonight's game. And already a few contenders, Morrison on his way to 200, Dungy on his way to 100 rushing and passing maybe. And on defense, we have number 74, Amari Gillespie.
So St. Julian is the quarterback, working out of a shotgun this time. He's got Levi Serrano with him in the backfield, and they give it to Serrano. No, Julian keeps it. He flicks it out to the side, and there's a room to move for the receiver. That was Braden Mussett. He's going to get out across the 40. Christian Dunzy chased him down from midfield, but that'll be a gain of 6, almost 7. Let's call it 2nd and 4 from the 41-yard line.
And that was kind of something they ran off earlier, that's similar, kind of a triple option. Their version of the triple option there is St. Julian fakes it to the running back and then has to kind of pass the ball over the defender and is able to complete it for a 7-yard gain.
But boy, did Christian Dungy close territory there fast to keep that from being a big gainer. They got trips out to the right side, the wide side of the field. And they're going to give a straightaway handoff. Matthew Myers waiting for the running back, Serrano, I believe. Levi Serrano will get 2, and it'll bring up 3rd and 2. Yeah. Nice tackle that time by Matthew Myers. It looked like there was some room to move for Serrano, and he closed that hole quickly.
A good play by number 67 this time, Michael Risve, formerly number 44.
So 3rd and 2, they're going to come with 2 receivers. Serrano trips out to the right. Working out of the shotgun in an empty backfield is St. Julian. The receiver jumped early. The pass is intercepted that time. And is that Dylan Gardner, the freshman who's been getting playing time due to injuries and is making the most of it? I think sopping wet, he might come in at 150 pounds.
Yeah, he's been one of those players who's really matured as the season's gone on. One of the first games I remember seeing him on the kickoff, and he kind of got big boyed a little bit with the bigger players and tossed around. But as the season's progressed, he's kind of grown into his stature and really made a difference on this defense. Interception last game, and tonight a fumble recovery and an interception.
So we're going to have Morrison as the running back. He's in motion to the left. They're going to pass it back to Peterson on the right. He's over the 40. He's going to get wrestled down as he gets inside the 40 to about the 37-yard line. Zach Severance on the stop, but that's going to be close to a first down. Let's see if they give him. They're going to mark him at the 37. That's a fresh set of downs for the Hornets.
And the Hornets don't look to be slowing down here on offense as they're lined up quick here to keep the drive going.
Can't do anything until the chains are set, and now they'll wind the clock. Working out of this, I'll call this a power pistol, stealing that from Ryan Briggs, whose stats I borrow from all the time. Ryan Briggs, ProfessorBriggs.com, if you want the best stats on Northwest Pennsylvania sports. Morrison comes along the right side. Back to pass is Dundry. He's looking to his left. He throws it up the middle, and there's a receiver there just a little too tall for Jamarian Husband. It was open. And that'll bring up 2nd and 10 and stop the clock at 3:56 to go in the first half of play. The Hornets want to score here. They want to get that score over 35 if at all possible.
And a simple 4 verticals pattern there for the offense. And great job from Dungy, able to read the defense and decide who's going to be the open receiver. He saw Husband open in the slot, streaking, and just overthrew him a little bit. So that brings up a 2nd down.
Again, we have 2 receivers out to the left. One to the right is Peterson. Morrison is the running back. He's got the ball. He's going over the left side. There's a little room. He cuts it back. He gets across the 30, down to the 25, and they're throwing a flag for a possible hold. So Morrison's down inside the 5, but it's coming back. Looks like the hold was around the 30-yard line. And I just saw the preliminary signal from the referee that it is a hold against the Hornets, so that'll bring it back.
Yeah, it may be a hold, and that the yards may not count, but that's still, those runs really take a toll on that defense. Is kind of saw at the end of the run, like 3 of the Girard defenders laying on the ground. Morrison left them in the dust, but did have the holding penalty, so play doesn't count, moves them back 10.
So they're going to say the hold happened around the 30 or 29-yard line, 28-yard line, so the penalty will move it out to the 38 and make it 2nd and 11. So the net loss of 1 yard for the Hornets. Clock still running at 3:30 to go in the first half of play. Dungy's taking it himself on the right side. He's got a lot of blocking. He's going to get inside the 30. He's inside the 20 or near the 20, and that'll be enough for a first down. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 21-yard line, and that's a fresh set of downs for the Hornets at 3:14 to go in the first half of play.
And with that run, Dungy's inching up close to 100 yards himself and 2 touchdowns on the ground. So great game from him. And his first, I think this is his first game starting at quarterback in the playoffs for Hickory.
Yes, it is. Not his first playoff game because he did start on defense last year as a true freshman. Morrison is the running back. They fake the pitch. He's looking down the field. He's going to tuck and run. He's going to get tackled, an ankle tackle that time as he got inside the 25. And was that Cohen DeSanti who made the tackle?
Looked like it was a fake pitch there to Morrison, and they had Evans kind of leak out going down the sidelines, and Dungy wanted him, but great defense there covering him, and Dungy kind of had to take it himself up the middle for a short gain.
Well, that's the definition of a shoelace tackle is what I would say. 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Morrison is the running back to the left. Dungy's looking to the left. He's throwing it for the end zone, and pulling it in for the touchdown, I believe, is Marzair Gardlock.
And a great play there from Dungy to Gardlock. Or actually, that looks to be number 0.
It was definitely Gardlock who caught the pass.
So great throw from Dungy as he's able to connect with Gardlock in the seam. Great throw and catch. Completed right near the back of the end zone, and he's able to keep his feet in, extend the lead now to 40.
Dara in to attempt the extra point. Hosig's snap is good. Gardlock's hold is down, but the kick goes left, so it is no good. And Callum Dara, who'd been pretty reliable on extra points through most of the season, has missed 2 today, and that'll make the score 40-0 with 2 1/4 to go in the first half of play. And we'll be back after these commercial messages.
You grew up knowing you could do anything. As a soldier in the U.S. Army, you'll test your limits and feel the pride of doing things you never thought possible. From working with computers, assisting physicians, or fixing helicopters, there's a job that's right for you. And those who qualify can get up to a $50,000 enlistment bonus for certain jobs. You'll earn money for college while learning how to be a team leader as you become part of a team. To find out more, visit us during a football game or go to goarmy.com. Be all you can be. Paid for by the United States Army.
Hi, this is Tammy Calderwood from Mercer County Community Federal Credit Union, and you are listening to High School Football on Friday Night PA.
The Sherman Funeral Home and Cremation Service congratulates the athletes, band members, coaches, and parents on their season. Owned and operated by Steve Sherman and son Steve, we personally handle all aspects of your loved one's service. It is our honor to serve you with a wide range of services and ceremonies. Best of luck tonight from the Sherman Funeral Home and Sherman family. Sherman Funeral Home located on Highland Road in Hermitage.
So Dara set to kick off. Deep to receive this time is Zayden Markham. And it's going to go into the end zone, so it'll be a touchback. And the Girard Yellow Jackets will start 1st and 10 at their own 20. 2:24 to go in the first half of play. And they trail 40-0. They need a touchdown to stop the continuous clock from beginning the second half.
And a great kickoff there from Daroff as it bounced near the 10-yard line and just bounced into the end zone. We mentioned he kicked it out of bounds the last 2 times and had a talk with the coach. I'm sure the coach will be glad to see that after that kick.
So they're going to try one of their swinging gate plays. They got 6 players off to the right side. 3 over the ball. Quarterback working out of a shotgun, 1 receiver out to the left. They bring the man in motion. They're going to fling it out, try a little screen pass, and it's not going anywhere. Who read that? Don't know. Marzair Gardlock tackles the receiver, who was Nick Zona, and it'll be a loss all the way back to the 15 to the 14, so a loss of 6. Makes it 2nd and 14.
Yeah, and it's just been a hard go for the Girard, missing their top player rushers on the offensive side, and it's been a really big loss for them so far here tonight.
So a more traditional formation this time by Girard. 2 receivers out to the left. They got an I formation behind the quarterback, St. Julian, who's in the ball. Might have came out. It's still on the ground. And it's going to be recovered by, I believe, St. Julian. And there's bodies strewn all over the carpet. But the ball is going to be placed down, I believe, around the 10. Put it at the 9. And timeout. Was that by Girard?
I think it's Hickory.
Hickory trying to put more points on the board here with a minute 32 to go in the first half of play.
And I've noticed on that last play, Kelvin Morrison out on the field on defense, so getting some more reps here. Good to see him being able to be out there on both sides of the ball.
Because you may remember Morrison had the calf injury and missed 2 ball games. And the one game that they lost at Campfield, Morrison was unable to play. And the then undefeated Campfield squad had trouble with this Hornet squad. And that's the game that Trevor Borowitz also fractured his leg. So the Hornets were literally limping out of Campfield after that game. And it's their only setback so far in the season.
Yeah, I don't think it's really the worst loss, and it's kind of really a good thing in a way for Hickory as they're able to get that loss out of the way and be able to build on that for towards the end of the season and going into the playoffs, and you've kind of seen that as they've progressed.
Now, I don't think Coach Dungy's going to agree with you, but I do, Kevin. I do. So they're going to mark the ball at the 9. So 3rd and 21. Again, they got that swinging gate play with their line far to the left this time. Looking for a pass over the middle and just out of the reach of the receiver, River Rogers, and that'll bring up 4th down. Stops the clock with a minute 28 as the Hornet band starts to get in position, and I will be announcing the band for, and we will bring you the halftime show, the Hornet Marching Band, as we do every week.
Yeah, that go ball is one of the hardest balls to throw and complete, as there's a lot of timing and repetition needed in that time. Throwing it to the inside shoulder, Rogers looking on the outside shoulder, falls incomplete, sets up this punt.
So St. Julian's not punting it to Calvin Morrison. It bounces at the 32 and just kind of stays there and will be downed, and the Hornets will have the ball at the Girard 32 with a minute 19 to go in the first half of play.
And with the break on the sidelines, we'll take one more break here before halftime, a minute 19. Hickory leading 40-0. Back after this.
You grew up knowing you could do anything. As a soldier in the U.S. Army, you'll test your limits and feel the pride of doing things you never thought possible. From working with computers, assisting physicians, or fixing helicopters, there's a job that's right for you. And those who qualify can get up to a $50,000 enlistment bonus for certain jobs. You earn money for college while learning how to be a team leader as you become part of a team. To find out more, visit us during a football.
And we're back real quick. Dungy's pass out to the side, complete. So I think they want to work on a 2-minute drill. Guard lock, pulls it in, goes out of bounds at the 26. Brings up 2nd, and let's call it 3. But they kept the clock running. I thought he was out of bounds. Rolling to his right, quarterback, complete to Marlon Peterson inside the 10. He lowers his shoulder, and he'll be into the end zone. Peterson gets on the scoreboard for the Hornets.
And a great play there from Dungy, just a simple screen pass to Peterson. Takes it to the right side and not able to bring him down the Yellow Jackets defense, and he's able to power his way across the goal line, extending this lead now to 46-0.
So Dara is back in there to attempt the extra point. Will Hosick, the long snapper. Marzier, guard lock, the holder. Hosick snap is good. Hold is down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 48 seconds to go in the first half of play, the Hornets add another score to make it 47-0, and I think you can safely say we'll have a continuous clock here in the second half of play.
Yes, a great half for the Hickory Hornets offense, and just really outstanding from a few players, and it's going to be a really hard decision about this Player of the Game award.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that, Kevin. I mean, it started out, it seemed pretty easy. Calvin Morrison had 100 yards in their first 2 possessions, but then Christian Dungy went running wild, and now you have Marzair Gardlock hauling in a touchdown pass. Mirlon Peterson hauling in a touchdown pass. You have Dylan Gardner with a fumble recovery and an interception. You have Amari Gillespie forcing a fumble and scoring a touchdown. There's been good play across the board for the Hornets, both offensively and defensively.
Yeah, it's a real team effort, and I'm sure can't really give the ball to all the players, so that's why we'll have to make that tough decision by the end of this game.
So Dara set to kick off, and who do we have deep to receive this time? I think it's Zayden Markham. And it goes towards Markham. It's going to bounce near the goal line and into the end zone, so that will be a touchback. And that's 2 in a row for Dara. If he can do that, I don't know why they don't do it every time. Because you get the ball to the end zone, it's an automatic 20-yard line. They can't run it out from the end zone.
Yeah, whatever the coach said to him on the sideline looks to be the right words, as he's responded correctly with those last 2 kickoffs.
I will say they must have been inspiring words. All right, so let's see if the Yellow Jackets try to move the ball or go to the halftime and regroup, as they will get the ball to start the second half. They have a tight formation. St. Julian is just going to run it himself. No, it's not St. Julian. It's the Wildcat, and it is River Rogers on the carry, and he'll get about 3.
Trying a little bit of something different there. The Yellow Jackets on offense. River Rogers taking the direct snap, tries to run it up the middle, and with about under 30 seconds here, Girard not really looking to be in a hurry.
Yeah, they don't have to run a play if they don't want to, unless they've got a 77-yarder in their pocket. I think we're going to be going to halftime with the score 47-0, and we'll be coming out at a continuous clock in the second half of play. But we do get to watch the entertaining Hickory Hornet Marching Band. This time they're going to do an option. The ball's on the turf, and he kind of dribbled it back to himself. And it was Serrano who had the carry and the fumble recovery, and that's the end of the first half of play with the score. Hickory 47, Girard 0 here in Wilmington, Pennsylvania.
Hi, this is Joe Flynn with Flynn's Tire. We know how valuable your time is, so we've made it fast, easy, and affordable to buy tires. There's 3 easy ways to purchase tires from Flynn's. First, just drive in, because Flynn's will get you in right now. No appointment necessary. The second option, give us a call and we'll help you select and reserve the perfect tire for you. The third option, save time and buy online at flynnstire.com. It's that easy. Just drive in and Flynn's will get you in right now.
And tell them Vinny sent you.
Ready for that kitchen upgrade? Hi, this is Jim from McCluskey Showcase Kitchens and Baths in New Wilmington, where we bring your vision to life with expert design, premium cabinetry, and a team that treats your home like their own. From custom design to complete renovation, we handle it all. Visit lookatmykitchen.com to explore our work and schedule your consultation. That's lookatmykitchen.com, where experience meets design.
Sharon Regional Health System is celebrating a new chapter, proudly serving the healthcare needs of our community. We have a renewed dedication and unwavering commitment to deliver the highest standard of care that you've come to know and expect. This means reinvesting in our employees, our physicians, and the essential medical technologies needed to provide exceptional care to you and your family. Sharon Regional Health System, continuing the legacy of healthcare in our community. Learn more at SharonRegionalHealthSystem.org.
D'Onofrio's Food Center has a long history of friendly, helpful service and affordable prices on all their groceries. Try their fresh deli meats and cheeses or their tasty bakery items. Pick up fresh produce, seafood, and delicious barbecue. Stop by the meat department for homemade.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the pride of Hermitage, the Hickory Hornet Marching Band. The band is under the field direction of drum majors Olivia Jones and Daniel Guzin. Student Assistant Director Branson Campbell. Head Majorette Nevaeh Ramsey. Drill Team Captains Julia Missouri and Madison Morris. Flag Line Captain Ellie Ferentz and Assistant Captains Ariana Enoch and Olivia Gargiulo. Tonight our show opens with a song that's all about fun, funk, and flash. We bring you the electrifying sounds of Bruno Mars and his Grammy-winning hit, 24K Magic. You can't help but move when this song comes on. Get ready for a dose of energy as we bring you the ultimate feel-good track, originally performed by Pharrell Williams, featuring our flag line. Give it up for Happy. We close our performance with a song that celebrates spectacle and light. From the mind of one of music's most innovative artists, we present All of the Lights by Kanye West. Ladies and gentlemen, happy Halloween from the Hickory Hornet Marching Band.
Celebrating love for over 100 years.
Warehouse Sales is your fishing gear destination, including PA fishing licenses, lures, lines, and more. Visit us on Facebook for daily deals or take the short drive to Sharon, PA today. Hard to find parts and accessories for any job, indoor and out. From gardening to gearheads, pest control to plumbing, we're Warehouse Sales. Chances are if we don't have it, you don't need it. Take aim. Warehouse Sales now carries Pennsylvania hunting licenses, plus hunting blinds, trail cameras, outdoor accessories, and more. Warehouse Sales in Sharon, PA.
Nobody plans to get hurt at work, and when I did, I had no idea what to do. So I called the Joanno Legal Group.
The insurance companies have attorneys on call. You deserve to have one too. You deserve to know your rights, and you deserve to have answers to all your questions. Call the Joanno Legal Group toll-free at 888-347-1411. There's no fee unless we settle your case or have to fight to protect your benefits. Please visit us at joannolegalgroup.com or call us toll-free at 888-347-1411. Joanno Legal Group, when you deserve more. No fee unless we win or settle your case.
Hi, this is Mike Joanno from the Joanno Legal Group, and you are listening to High School Football on Friday Night PA.
Hi, this is Joe Flynn with Flynn's Tire. We know how valuable your time is, so we've made it fast, easy, and affordable to buy tires. There's 3 easy ways to purchase tires from Flynn's. First, just drive in, because Flynn's will get you in right now. No appointment necessary. The second option, give us a call, and we'll help you select and reserve the perfect tire for you. The third option, save time and buy online at flynnstire.com. It's that easy. Just drive in and Flynn's will get you in right now.
And tell them Vinny sent you.
D'Onofrio's Food Center has a long history of friendly, helpful service and affordable prices on all their groceries. Try their fresh deli meats and cheeses or their tasty bakery items. Pick up fresh produce, seafood, and delicious barbecue. Stop by the meat department for homemade sausage and fresh cut steaks. Be sure to ask about their catering services for your next event and find all the groceries you need from national and store brands. Serving the community for 4 generations. D'Onofrio's Food Center on Route 18 in Hermitage.
This is Ben Bissett from Ben Bissett Chevrolet. For over 67 years, we've been serving the Mercer County area with quality sales, service, and leasing. Inventory, competitive pricing, and outstanding service, and always a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. And service is open late on Thursday nights and on Saturday mornings for your convenience. Find us at visitchevy.com or stop by on Route 19 just south of Mercer, PA. That's Ben Bissett Chevrolet.
Welcome back live, Friday Night PA audience here at Terry Varelli Stadium at halftime. 3 minutes till the second half kickoff as the Hornets are leading the Yellow Jackets 47-0 here. And we have some score updates from around the area. The Sharon Tigers are leading 38-0 against the Conneaut Area Eagles at halftime. We have Grove City trailing now 12-7 against Northeast Great Pickers. We finished the half strong now. up 12-7, and then we have a break in the tie as Fort LaBeouf are leading 12-6 at half. So still all to play for there, and still kind of indecision on who Hickory may play if they finish out the game, how it's been going so far in the first half. In the dominant first half, as we've seen on the scoreboard, Christian Dungy has 7 for 9, 71 yards, 2 touchdowns passing, 4 carries, 87 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground, so 4 touchdowns total. Calvin Morrison, 7 carries, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Been really efficient for sure. And then Marzier Gardlock, 4 receptions, 42 yards, touchdown. And then obviously it's worth mentioning number 74, Amari Gillespie, has a forced fumble and then also a 1-yard touchdown rush, which I'm not sure if it is or not, but I would maybe say it's his first touchdown of his high school career. And then Dylan Gardner has a fumble recovery and interception in the first half. So contributions all around on the Hornet side of the ball, and really been a lackluster showing on the Yellow Jacket side.
Well, it's hard to say lackluster. They're missing their 2 best players, I would say, in Aiden Arnold and Mason Kalicki. I think I saw Mason beginning of the game. I was talking to the Hornet coaches, and a young man in a Girard jacket came hopping by on crutches, and I said, "Boy, it looks like they're going to miss him." It was good size, and Mason Kalicki comes in. Well, they don't give us his height and weight, but from the film I saw, he was a dominating presence out there at fullback, and he was be their lead blocker. He also carried the ball and was their leading tackler on defense, so that is a big loss.
Yeah, it's been a big loss, and one that the Yellow Jackets haven't really been able to overcome with the big deficit they've been put under now in the first half. So about a minute now till the kickoff of the second half here. We'll have the running clocks, obviously, and lots to look forward to throughout the area, and still undecided who may play the next round of the Class 3A District 10 playoffs.
So, yeah, we have a minute to go, 42 seconds, but then they set it for 3 minutes. So once the teams come on the field, there'll be an additional 3 minutes. So Hornets will kick off. Girard gets the ball to start the second half, but nothing can stop the continuous clock. And the way that works is they don't turn it off if there's an incomplete pass. They don't turn it off if you go out of bounds. The only time the clock stops is on a turnover, a touchdown, or as Lynn Saturnau of the Herald used to say, the trainer, the 3 T's, if there's an injury. So that should make for a quick second half of play, which I believe the Hornets are looking forward to get out of here without any more injuries. It guarantees a victory and gets them on to the second round to play the winner of that grueling Fort LaBeouf Corey game. They played the first game of the year, I understand, and it was a close ball game, a 3-point ball game then, but the score was in the 40s, not 12-6. So it'll be interesting to see which team comes out ahead and where they will have this game played next Friday in Western Pennsylvania.
Yes, still lots to be played for, and as about 2 minutes here till the start of the second half. We'll take one more break here at Friday Night PA. Back after these messages.
Sharon Regional Health System is celebrating a new chapter, proudly serving the healthcare needs of our community. We have a renewed dedication and unwavering commitment to deliver the highest standard of care that you've come to know and expect. This means reinvesting in our employees, our physicians, and the essential medical technologies needed to provide exceptional care to you and your family. Sharon Regional Health System, continuing the legacy of healthcare in our community. Learn more at SharonRegionalHealthSystem.org.
Hi, this is Staff Sergeant Keffer of the Hermitage Army Recruiting Office, and you are listening to High School Football on FridayNightPA.com.
Back live here, Friday Night PA, playoff edition of Friday Night PA here. Kevin Davis with Mike Joanno as the second half start to kick off here. Girard Yellow Jackets taking on Hickory Hornets. Hornets take a 47-0 lead into the second half here. What are you looking forward to here in the second half here, Mike?
Well, truthfully, a very quick second half is the first thing I want to see. I want to see, the Hornets coming out healthy in the second half of play. And 3, I'm expecting we're going to get to see some younger players. So we're going to have to delve deep into the roster. Already warming up at quarterback is Tamarian Coleman, the big quarterback, sophomore, 6 foot, 260 pounds. And if you think he's just in there from his size, he can throw the ball, as we saw against Conneaut when he had that touchdown pass, that 40-yard touchdown pass late in that ball game. So it's probably a good idea to get these players a little bit more experience in case they're needed, because the Hornets have gone deep into their roster this season and yet have only lost 1 game.
Yeah, and how much do those starters play in the second half? That's the question the coach has to be asking himself, and I'm sure he's going to have a short leash on Morrison and the Dungy, the star players on the Hickory side, but obviously, like you said, want to be able to give those younger players that experience as well. So
I expect we'll see them for part of the third quarter, and then they'll start filtering in the substitutes midway through the third quarter and most of the fourth quarter. That would be my guess. You're not trying to pad stats at this point. The game is well in control, so now it's a question of coming out healthy.
Yeah, there's the saying that it's not over till the fat lady sings, and we haven't really had that, but we did have Garfield play the flute, so
yeah,
close enough.
Fantastic. And the band did a great job, as they normally do. Andrew Gary, the band director, son of Steve Gary, my classmate and prior band director for the Hickory Hornet Marching Band. So it looks like the Hornets will be kicking left to right, so I believe that is to the south, and they'll be defending the north end zone. Am I right on my directions here, south and north? Okay, so coming out of the south will be the Girard Yellow Jackets. Let's see who they send back there. They've used a couple different players. This is going to be Zayden Markham going deep to receive the kickoff, and we've had a couple different kickers, but it looks like Callum Darragh has firmly wrestled control of the kickoff duties now for the Hornets.
Yeah, a few different kickers, a few different kickoffs, too, so far this game. See what type of approach Darragh attempts here.
Well, Darrow's got the wind to his back here, so I think that aided him getting it into the end zone the few times that he did. And he'll kick it deep. It's a knuckleballer, bounces at the 18, fumbled around at the 13 by the receiver. And the returner gets it out across the 20-yard line. That's Braden Mussett. And he'll be marked down around the 28, 29-yard line. I did not see who made the tackle for the Hornets on that.
Braden Mussett kind of fell a little awkwardly there. He kind of had to hop off on one foot and falls on the sideline. Hopefully he's able to come back in as Girard's set to take over with the possession of the ball.
It'll be 1st and 10, Yellow Jackets.
And I think it was Dante Evans who made the tackle, so that could explain why he's getting up a little gingerly. They're going to come out in that single file and now break out, kind of like the Mean Machine in the movie The Longest Yard there, the way they're coming out in their setups. Handoff goes over the right side. The ball came out. It looks like it's down on the ground around the 33-yard line, and the Hornets might have it.
And that was Levi Serrano there getting the carry on the right side. And
the fumble was recovered by Tyson Evanoff of the Yellow Jackets, and the ball's placed at the 34, so it's a gain of 6.
Yeah, I couldn't quite see who forced that fumble on the Hickory defense, as there was a host of the defenders around the ball carrier, but ball pops free, and lucky from the Yellow Jackets able to fall on. But great job for Hickory so far tonight, really being active, punching at that ball.
So they huddle up way over by the Girard sideline, and then they'll break out full house backfield Under center is St. Julian, and he hands it to the second back through, and he's hitting the backfield. Hosig's there. Risvey's there. Myers is there. So it'll be a loss back to the 32-yard line, and it'll bring up third, and let's call it 7.
Yeah, it's funny. I think Luke Lewis was there as well. He kind of grabbed a hold of him and just threw him to the ground at the end. A great strength from the senior there for the Hornets D-line.
This time they'll do the swinging gate play, but they don't have anybody out wide to the left. St. Julian back to pass. He's looking to his right, and he's got a completion, and they're going to almost breaking free. Is complete to River Rogers. Christian Dungy stopped the touchdown. That'll get the ball into Hornet territory at the Hornet 48. So they're trying to create confusion with their lineup formations, and that time it's worked. It's worked a couple times for them so far.
Yeah, close play on the sideline. Dylan Gardner broke on the ball, almost came up with the pass breakup, but still incomplete. Pass to Zach Severance keeps the drive going.
So they're working out of that full house backfield again. They got the quarterback under center. They give it to the big guy coming through, and he's wrestled down immediately. Luke Lewis is there along with Matthew Myers. And that's Tyson Evanoff, who's now getting some play in the backfield. Oh, no, not Evanoff. That was 58, which is Dylan Rogers. So it's give them no gain, maybe half a yard. Make it second, and I'm going to be generous and say 9.
And Girard trying to be any bit of creative on offense here, trying anything they can do to get some points on the board here tonight.
So, again, with the swinging gate, back to pass is the quarterback. He's running for his life. He's got Dante Evans chasing him down. He sees a receiver open on the right side, and that was Levi Serrano, but the ball will be incomplete, and it brings up 3rd and 10. Gillespie will come in for Luke Lewis to give him a breather.
Yeah, and with how good Hickory's been against the run so far, you kind of wonder why Girard doesn't try to pass more, and you can kind of see there as St. Julian's back to throw and kind of force back as 3 Hickory defenders close down on him, and he has to throw it away.
Hornets are bringing pressure. They're going to run it. I think it's Levi Serrano over the right side. He's going to get down inside the 45 to around the 44-yard line. It'll bring up 4th and 5. And one of the guys in the press box expertly said Serrano, didn't he? Wasn't he in the movie Major Leagues? And Joe Boo would not like that. 4th and 4. 2 receivers on each side of the line of scrimmage. One back alongside the quarterback, St. Julian, who's working out of the shotgun. Back to pass. He's got pressure. He tries the quick throw, incomplete. Pass was intended for Zach Severance, and the ball will turn over on downs. They shouldn't have stopped the clock. It's supposed to continue to run at 7:05.
Great play there from Dante Evans. He kind of just rushed around the edge and forced Julian into that quick pass to the far sideline, and it fell incomplete. Turning over on downs now, and Dungy and Morrison set to take the field.
Yeah, my understanding is once they set the ball, the clock is supposed to restart, but it didn't start quite as fast. Dungy's still in there. Morrison's still in there. He's coming up on the right side of Dungy, and Dungy's going to run to the right. He's following the blocking. You got Dante Evans pushing the defender down, and they throw a flag right at where Dante Evans was. He had his hands in front of him. He was just pushing him. I think they're going to call a hold. Dungy had a gain into the 48-yard line of Girard, but they're going to call holding. That shouldn't stop the clock.
And they tried a quarterback power there with Dungy along the right side. Morrison was the lead blocker for him. Had some space around the edge, but there was a hold, so that will bring him back 10.
I mean, from my viewpoint, hard to call that a hold, but one, I'm biased, and two, I'm not an official, so I'm not trained. So they'll rewind the clock. We're at 6:35 to go in the third quarter of play. Hickory 47, Girard 0. They still have 4 receivers in the formation. It's going to be first and about 15, make it 16. Dungy's going to take it himself to the left side this time, following Dante Evans, but he's going to get hit and dropped as he gets up near the original line of scrimmage. And Chris Barrett made a nice tackle, so give him a gain of 6. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Yeah, great job from Barrett as he's blocked by Dante Evans initially, and he's able to kind of stay with the block and disengage at the perfect time to be able to get to Dungy and bring him down for a short gain there, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, if Dungy had cut back inside the block, he might have had some room. Excuse me, but he went to the outside and was able to get tackled. 2nd and 10. Dungy gives it to Morrison. He's going over the left side. He's being pursued. He stiff arms the defender at the 30 or the 40. He's still on his feet inside the 40 down to the 33-yard line. And the player that he stiff armed, which was Chris Barrett, is still on the turf. That was a classic stiff arm.
Didn't look good for him as his head was kind of just pounded into the ground with that stiff arm, and he's not really moved much. So there'll be a break on the field, and there'll be a break up here in the booth, and we'll be back after these messages.
This is Ben Bissett from Ben Bissett Chevrolet. For over 67 years, we've been serving the Mercer County area with quality sales, service, and leasing. Inventory, competitive pricing, and outstanding service, and always a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. And service is open late on Thursday nights and on Saturday mornings for your convenience. Find us at visitchevy.com or stop by on Route 19 just south of Mercer, PA. That's Ben Bissett Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Joe Flynn with Flynn's Tire and Auto Service. You're listening to high school football on Friday Night PA.
Warehouse Sales is your fishing gear destination, including PA fishing licenses, lures, lines, and more. Visit us on Facebook for daily deals or take the short drive to Sharon, PA today. Hard to find parts and accessories for any job, indoor and out. From gardening to gearheads, pest control to plumbing, we're Warehouse Sales. Chances are if we don't have it, you don't need it. Take aim. Warehouse Sales now carries Pennsylvania hunting licenses, plus hunting blinds, trail cameras, outdoor accessories, and more. Warehouse Sales in Sharon, PA.
Hi, this is Dr. John Mahinas from the Community Counseling Center of Mercer County. We here at the Community Counseling Center are wishing the Hickory Hornets all the best in the coming year. May it be filled with success, teamwork, and memorable moments. Go Hornets!
So Chris Barron is up and gingerly being assisted off to the far side of the field. And the Hornets will have a first down at the 33-yard line of Girard. An injury or the trainer is one of the ways you stop a clock with the continuous clock. They're going to wait for him to get to the actual sideline. And they will start the clock. So we're back to 4 receivers in the pattern. Calvin Morrison is the running back. Dungy working out of the shotgun. Back to pass, and he's going to take off. He's across the 30. He's across the 25. Spins at the 23. Gets to the outside at the 15. He'll dance out of bounds, have a first down, and the Hornets are in the red zone with 4:52 to go in the third quarter of play.
Yeah, another good run there from Dungy. This time doesn't look to be design run, as just faked it to Morrison, looked to pass, but nothing open, and kind of just followed Morrison out of the backfield up the middle, took it to the right, spun away from the defense, and kind of tiptoed to the sideline out of bounds for the first down. Sets him up here at about the 16.
As you pointed out before, Evans hasn't scored yet, and I wouldn't be surprised if they give him a chance here. Dungy back to pass, looking to his left. Still looking to his left. He's got pressure. He pooches it out to Morrison, who's going to go to the left side, inside the 10, inside the 5, falls forward. I think he's going to get down to around the 1-yard line, and it'll bring up first and goal for the Hornets. They said to continue winding the clock as he fouled inbounds.
Yeah, and I think Dungy was looking for Evans there as Evans ran a corner route to the left corner of the end zone, but was covered from the Girard defense and had to check it down to Morrison, and he's able to almost get into the end zone, now down at the 1.
Hornets come out. Still 2 receivers in the pattern. Now there's 3. Gardlock goes out wide to the left. It's working out of the shotgun. They're going to bring a man in motion. Pooch pass, and into the end zone is the receiver. Was it Peterson or Jamarian? Oh, Wilcox. So they're starting to bring in the players. Tyler Wilcox, number 13, gets a touchdown for the Hornets, and that makes the score 53. Callum Dara will attempt the extra point with Will Hosick, the snapper, and Marzair Gardlock, the holder. We've talked about Will Hosick snapping before. I think he's going to do that in college. He's highly ranked in the eastern part of the United States for the skill. Perfect snap. The hold's down. The kick is up, and the kick is good. So with 3 1/4, 3:24 to go in the third quarter of play, the score is now 54-0. The Hornets pitching the shutout against the Yellow Jackets.
And with that, we'll take a quick break here at Friday Night PA. Back after these messages.
This is Rod Jones. On behalf of Jones Performance Products, we wish all sports a healthy and safe year. We are located in West Middlesex, PA, and are the leading manufacturers of semi-truck hoods and the home to truck rods, custom hoods. Visit our website at jonesperformance.com.
Hi, this is Jim McCluskey, founder of McCluskey Showcase Kitchens and Baths, and you're listening to High School Football on Friday Night PA.
Back live from Friday Night PA here, Kevin Davis with Mike Joanno as Hickory just again answered on the scoreboard now, 54-0 after that quick jet touch pass to Tyler Wilcox. Dungy now has 3 passing touchdowns and 2 rushing, so up to 5 on the game. So another one of those players making his name for that U.S. Army Player of the Game.
So scores in the other playoff action. Sharon now leads Conneaut 45-0. In Franklin, Grove City trails Northeast 18-7. And the last score we have from the Corey-Fort LaBeouf game is still 12-6. And the Hornets, should they hold on to this 54-point lead, will play the winner of that Corey-Fort LaBeouf matchup. And here's the kick. It's going to go down and fumbled at the 15, picked up on the 21, and then bouncing it outside is the returner. Mussett out to around the 28-yard line, and that's where the Yellow Jackets will start, 1st and 10. And we have an update on the Fort LaBeouf score. They have now pushed their lead over Corey to 22-12 in the third quarter of play. So it might be the Bison that come in to play the Hornets next weekend. That game will be on Friday, November 7th.
Yes, that'll be an intriguing game for sure if that game does take place.
And the Hornets, when they won their state championship, they had to go through Fort LaBeouf to get there. And Fort LaBeouf had a great player by the name of Brian Milne, who played for the Penn State Nittany Lions. So they're going to go under center with one back behind the quarterback, St. Julian. St. Julian's rolling out to his left. He's looking down the field. He's going to run. He's holding the ball like a loaf of Wonder Bread, and he's going to go out of bounds at around the 39-yard line. So that should be near a first down.
And 10-yard gain there from Julian as he looked to pass it there, but no one really open. Single high safety. Good defense there from the Hickory. The Jamarian husband able to stay with the receiver and force him to run it, but still picks up the first down.
So working out of an I formation this time, St. Julian under center. And he gives it to the second back through, who's going to be tackled at the line of scrimmage and brought down for a short gain. And that was Logan Byerly with the stop, so we'll give him a gain of 1. That's Mussett on the carry. Braden Mussett. Brings up 2nd and 9. We're now nearing 2 minutes to go in the third quarter of play, and you have to love the continuous clock. Working again out of an I formation under center. St. Julian back to pass. He's rolling to his left. He's looking down the field. He's got a receiver there and makes the catch with Jamarian Husband right there on defense. That was a good play. He's got some assist on the tackle by Kevin Schwartz, but that gain's going to be near the midfield stripe. And that was big number 11, Zach Severance, who pulled in the pass, and the defender was right there. That was a good toss and catch that time by the Yellow Jackets.
That's a good play there from the Yellow Jackets as they're quick out on the ball now here on first down.
So St. Julian now working out of the shotgun. He's got 2 out to his right, 1 to his left, gives it to the running back straight ahead. Power running. Mussett's going to get near the 46, give him a gain of 4.
Finally able to get a little bit of a push to the Girard Yellow Jackets in the middle. Haven't really had that much of the game, as a lot of the game, the D-line for Hickory has been in the backfield and really disrupting everything for the Girard Yellow Jackets.
So Ethan Tyson in on that stop. Luke Patton there as well. We got a whole slew of new Hornets in the game. Going to try to pick him up at middle linebacker. Luke Becker is there getting some playing time. St. Julian's going to toss it out to the right. Pass is complete to Zach Markham, who's going to get across the 40 down to around the 38-yard line. And that'll be another first down for the for the Yellow Jackets. Got the wrong Wasp that time.
And the Yellow Jackets finally having a little bit of a drive going here in the third quarter. As about 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Don't think they'll have enough time to get into their playoff. So that will be the end of the third quarter here at Wilmington Area School District Stadium. Here as the Hickory Hornets lead against the Girard Yellow Jackets 54-0 here in the first round of the Class 3A District 10 playoffs. And we will enter the fourth quarter shortly after these messages.
Hi, this is Joe Flynn with Flynn's Tire. We know how valuable your time is, so we've made it fast, easy, and affordable to buy tires. There's 3 easy ways to purchase tires from Flynn's. First, just drive in, because Flynn's will get you in right now. No appointment necessary. The second option, give us a call and we'll help you select and reserve the perfect tire for you. The third option, save time and buy online at flynnstire.com. It's that easy. Just drive in and Flynn's will get you in right now.
And tell them Vinny sent you.
This is Rod Jones. On behalf of Jones Performance Products, we wish all sports a healthy and safe year. We are located in West Middlesex, PA, and are the leading manufacturers of semi-truck hoods and the home to truck rods, custom hoods. Visit our website at jonesperformance.com.
At Mercer County Community Federal Credit Union, we're making a difference in our community every day. From great rates on savings and checking to mortgage loans where we turn home buyers into home owners and auto loans that fit your life. We're here for you. With a credit union loan that fits your needs, budget, and lifestyle, we'll be your partner working side by side, helping you succeed. Visit us in Hermitage or Sharon and see why so many trust Mercer County Community Federal Credit.
So back quickly, the Yellow Jackets were up to the line of scrimmage real quick, and there's a whole new slew of Hornet players. Gavin Fiddler that time was the one leading the tackle.
I think they were a little bit too quick there, as it looked to be flag thrown from the official and then either a false start and an illegal motion there for the Yellow Jackets. And
illegal shift. So, yeah, they had too many people moving at one time, so that penalty will move them back to the 43. So let's get who else is in there for the Hornets. I saw Ethan Tyson, 12, Tyler Wilcox, 13. I saw Gavin Fiddler, or Tyson Bonner, 57. And they're going to roll. He's got pressure, running for his life, and he's going to dump it down the sideline, incomplete. And there's a late flag coming in from the back judge.
Yeah, I was wondering if they're going to throw that or not. Number 56 for the Girard Yellow Jackets was about 15 yards down the field there, and I don't think he was an eligible receiver.
So other players in for the Hornets, as I said, 53, Gavin Fiddler. It looks like...
And that's what they're calling an eligible man downfield, so Hickory will decline the penalty and set up a third down.
Dominic Kuzmenko in there for the Hornets, and he had pressure that time and caused a bad pass. So that wasn't Kuzmenko, that was Roxas Gill, who number 19, who was applying the pressure. Braden Lapicus now coming out.
I was wondering if they were going to call that a backward pass, and it looks like they did, so that will mark them back even further here on the 4th down.
Tamarian Crumpley in there also on defense for the Hornets.
And 4th and 15 here. They look to go for it.
Yeah, even more than 15. They've got to make it to the 28, and the ball is placed at the 47, so 4th and 29, and we got a timeout with 9:34 to go in the ball game, and the Hornets comfortably ahead, 54-0 over the Girard Yellow Jackets, hoping to pitch a shutout. We'll be back after this commercial message.
Nobody plans to get hurt at work, and when I did, I had no idea what to do. So I called the Joanno Legal Group.
The insurance companies have attorneys on call. You deserve to have one too. You deserve to know your rights, and you deserve to have answers to all your questions. Call the Joanno Legal Group toll-free at 888-347-1411. There's no fee unless we settle your case or have to fight to protect your benefits. Please visit us at joannolegalgroup.com or call us toll-free at 888-347-1411. Joanno Legal Group, when you deserve more. No fee unless we win or settle your case.
So they are going to go for it on 4th and 19. Another player in there for the Hornets, 23, Shamir Roberts. St. Julian working out of the shotgun. He's got 4 receivers, 2 by 2. One back alongside with them in the backfield. Back to pass. He's looking down the field. He rolls to his right. He's got pressure. He's going to throw it to an empty area, and it's incomplete. Kevin Schwartz there on defense for the Hornets, and the ball will turn over on downs with 9:08 to go in the ball game. I expect we'll see Tamarian Coleman, be the quarterback.
Yeah, Tamarian Coleman was just out there on defense, and I love the play design there from the defensive coordinator. Had him out of spy there, the 260-pound linebacker spying St. Julian, and Julian eventually throws it away, though, and turns the ball over. And there's Husband now taking the field.
Also into the game, Braden Lapicus will be playing offensive line for the Hornets. Let's see, Dylan Gardner looks like he's the running back for Coleman. 2 receivers out to his right, 1 receiver's to his left. He gives it to Gardner, who turns it upfield, gets across the 50, down to around the 49-yard line. He'll be tackled by Sam Wagner, but give him a gain of 4.
A little worried there as he was a little bit sore coming up, but then just looks like a cramp there, so not too bad there on the Hickory side for Dylan Gardner. And with that, pause on the game. We'll take a pause here in the booth real quick. Back after these messages.
Warehouse Sales is your fishing gear destination, including PA fishing licenses, lures, lines, and more. Visit us on Facebook for daily deals or take the short drive to Sharon, PA today. Hard to find parts and accessories for any job, indoor and out. From gardening to gearheads, pest control to plumbing, we're Warehouse Sales. Chances are if we don't have it, you don't need it.
Coleman then hands it off to the new running back going around the left side. Nice move by J.J. Treese. He's going to get inside the 30, down now to the 29-yard line. Tackled on the play by Tyson Evanoff, but that'll be another Hornet first down. So 2 run plays here with the second unit, and they went around the left side both times successfully.
Yeah, really impressive, especially with Morrison out, Applegarth out, Bromley out. This is the 4th and 5th stringers, and they're still doing well.
Luke Becker in there on the line, or he's playing tight end. They got 2 receivers out to the left, 1 to the right. Coleman in the shotgun. He's going to put Kevin Schwartz in motion. Pitch pass to Schwartz. He cuts it up. The senior reverses field. He gets to the 20. He makes another cut at the 20. He gets it inside the 15, near the 13. And I have to say, I graduated with his grandpa, so I guess I'm feeling kind of old. But Kevin Schwartz gets it to the 13 and another first down, unless there's a flag on the play, and there is. And the flag is going to bring it back. Holding on the Hornets.
Yeah, I always got to support my fellow Kevins, and that was a great run there from Schwartz as he took it up the middle, but there was the penalty, so that'll move him back 10.
Clock should continue to run, and it is. They'll step it off to the 40-yard line, so it'll be 1st and 20.
That pushes the Hornets back 10 yards. It'll be 1st and 20.
Coleman working out of the shotgun. He's got 1 running back along his right side. And I think that's Treese. They're going to do a pitch pass to Jamarian Husband. He's going to go around the right side, gets across the 35, down to around, no, they're going to mark him out right around the 35. So it'll be gain of 5, make it 2nd and 15.
Girard still playing a little bit of a shell defense, backing off, still down the big on the scoreboard, and still not really wanting to take many chances. But Coleman here now going to the sideline to get the next play.
No, they brought in Ty Tarosky at quarterback. So young Ty Tarosky is going to get his chance to run the offense as they're at the 34-yard line, 2nd and 14. And he's going to roll to his left. He's tucking. He's running. He's going to try to cut it up inside the 30, and he'll be slammed back there by Evanoff. So no gain on the play, or a short gain.
Yeah, they almost blocked too well on that play. You kind of saw the red wave move through the field there, and able to get downfield faster than the running back was able to, and he's brought down there after a short gain.
Brings up 3rd and 12. Clock now rolling close to 5 minutes to go in the ball game, which has been pretty well decided since the second possession of the Hornets. Ty Tarosky, baseball player as well, working out of the shotgun. Back to pass. He's going to flip it out complete. Tyler Wilcox takes it down to around the 26-yard line, and it'll bring up 4th and 6. And I expect they'll go for it, or they'll give Callum Dara a chance at a field goal, but I would expect they're going to go for it.
It'll be close to the edge of his range here.
Coleman comes back in at quarterback.
And they look to go for it here with their offense still on the field.
3 receivers, 2 out to the left of Coleman, 1 to the right. He has a touchdown pass this year. He's back to pass. The big lefty is looking for the end zone. He shakes off 1 tackler. He dodges another tackler. Now he stiff arms a runner at or tackler at the 30. He's going to get forced out of bounds at around the 26-yard line, and the ball will turn over on downs.
Yeah, it looked to be in the middle of all that as well, a hold from the offense. So most likely be declined there and will be a turnover on downs. But great job there from Tamarian Coleman as he kind of made the most of it, evading many defenders there in the backfield and ran along the sideline, eventually forced out of bounds, though, turning over the down.
Well, I think the quarterback's bigger than anybody on the Girard squad. He does come in at 260 pounds, so there's a lot of Coleman there to try to bring down.
Girard now on the field for most likely be their last drive of the game, looking to end their season on a high.
Hayden Bromley in the game now, defensive back on their cornerback on the right side of the defensive formation. And you have Shamir Roberts on the left side. And they're going to hand it off. Mussett gets out over the 30, fumbles the ball, and I think the Hornets recovered it, and yes, they do. Kevin Schwartz with the hit to knock the ball free, and the Hornets will recover it and take over again at the 35. That stops the clock with 2:42, one of the 3 T's. Turnover, timeout, trainer. Again, giving credit to Lynn Satternow, the former sports editor of the Sharon Herald, for that. Obviously, it stuck, that alliteration, because I've remembered it all these years.
That's the 3rd fumble so far for the Girard Yellow Jackets, and great job for the Hickory Hornets defense just swarming that ball tonight.
And Girard calls timeout. Ty Tarosky was going to be the quarterback, so we'll go to one more commercial break before we get to the final part of the 4th quarter.
Mercer County Community Federal Credit Union, making a difference in our community. Get great rates on savings and checking, mortgage loans where we turn home buyers into home owners, and auto loans to fit your life. With a credit union loan that fits your needs, budget, and lifestyle, we'll be your partner working side by side, helping you succeed. 2 convenient locations, Hermitage and Sharon. Mercer County Community Federal Credit Union, making a difference in our community.
Hi, this is Tammy Calderwood from Mercer County Community Federal Credit Union, and you are listening to High School Football on Friday Night PA.
Back live from the bus station here at Terry Varelli Stadium as Hickory just gained the ball back and looking to close out the game here, leading 54-0 against Girard.
So Tarosky's working out of a shotgun. He's got 2 receivers out to his right, brings one in motion. They do the pooch pass. And the receiver gets it across the 30. He'll be forced out of bounds. And that's Shamir Roberts. And he'll get inside the 30 to around the 27-yard line. So a gain of 8 makes it 2nd and 2.
And with that, about 2 minutes left here in the 4th quarter. I think have to have the discussion about that U.S. Army Award of Excellence being handed out after the game between a few players. Obviously, Dungy has 9 for 10, 87 yards, 3 touchdowns passing, 4 carries, 87 yards rushing, and 2 touchdowns rushing, so 5 touchdowns total. Morrison had 7 carries, 183 yards, 2 touchdowns, and it's going to be a hard decision for sure.
Tarosky back to pass. He's going to air it out. He's going to the end zone. The coming back to catch it is the receiver, Hayden Bromley, for the Hornet touchdown.
And the great night from the Hickory Hornets continues here with that touchdown, and they're all getting involved now here on the Hornets sideline after that last score. Great play there from the Hornets, and you can see what it means to them on the sideline.
Well, Shamir Roberts, I'm pretty sure that freshman, that's his first touchdown of his high school career. And I don't know if they're going to go for 2 or kick an extra point. Their coaches are trying to figure out what alignment to put out there. I don't see a kicker, and I don't see 11 players. So they are going to go for 2. Working out from underneath. No, they're just going to kneel and there seems to be a discussion, but I think the Hornets just took a knee, and they'll kick off, so there'll still be a minute 41 for Girard to run a few plays. Touchdown is one of the 3 T's that stops the clock, and they put up 60 on the Yellow Jackets, and so far they've pitched a shutout.
Yes, great game was mentioned from many players on the Hornets sideline. Didn't get to mention number 74, Amari Gillespie, getting the forced fumble and the touchdown. You have Dylan Gardner getting the interception, fumble recovery. You have many other players contributing. And with that, and a minute left here in the game, I think I have to make that decision, even though it is hard. So what do you think, Mike?
Well, I'm going to wait till after this kickoff is what I think, and then we'll get a chance to discuss it and announce the player of the game, the U.S. Army Award of Excellence Player of the Game. That'll be awarded post-game action. And, yes, there are quite a few players that could qualify for the award. It's too bad we can't give away 4. So who's kicking off for the Hornets?
Looks to be Jamarian Husband.
So Husband, who did do kickoff duties earlier this season for the Hornets, going to try again. And he'll kick it deep. It's going to come and pulled in by the returner at the 20. Moves out to the 28, and he'll be tackled there around the 29-yard line. And that was Zayden Markham. And that's where they'll start this last possession of the season for the Yellow Jackets.
That was Tyler Wilcox there on the tackle. He has a touchdown earlier in this game. As mentioned, everyone contributing, and he makes his contribution there.
Yahya Al-Hadi got in on kickoff duties there for the Hornets. And running onto the field is Hayden Bromley, who caught that last touchdown pass. 2 receivers out to the left. They're bringing pressure. The quarterback's going to run to the right. St. Julian's going to leap forward, lunge forward, actually, out to around the 39-yard line. And it looked like Luke Patton made the stop, and then he comes off hopping on his leg a little. And Isaac O'Donnell, a 5'8 freshman, comes into the game. Also entering the game, Dominic Kuzmenko.
Looks to be Julian out of the game, too, for Girard, and number 8, Jackson Gromley.
He's at quarterback, and he's just going to run it himself. And there's a lot of Jackson Gromley, and he's running over these freshmen and gets out to the midfield. That'll be enough for a first down as we're down to 41 seconds. Kuzmenko runs off the field.
Girard huddling up for most likely be their last play of the season here.
25 seconds to go. Clock continues to run. They'll get one more play. Quarterback keeper going around the right side. A lot of room. Lowers his shoulder, puts the boom down, gets to the 40.
Jackson Bromley again on the keeper for another Yellow Jacket first down.
And we're inside 5 seconds to go. They won't get another snap off, and the Hornets will advance in the District 10 playoffs to play the winner of Fort LaBeouf and Corey with a final score: Hickory 60, Girard 0.
Great game altogether from the Hickory Hornets, and they look to move on in this Class 3A District 10 playoffs to face either Fort LaBeouf or Corey. And I'm not sure we have a final from that game yet, so we'll relay that when we get that. And we also have the player of the game, who I'll be interviewing shortly, and I think we've decided it's Kelvin Morrison. So Kelvin Morrison, great game from him, 7 carries, 183 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And we will take a break here at Friday Night PA, and I'll go down the field for the post-game interview, and we'll have some post-game thoughts after this.
D'Onofrio's Food Center has a long history of friendly, helpful service and affordable prices on all their groceries. Try their fresh deli meats and cheeses or their tasty bakery items. Pick up fresh produce, seafood, and delicious barbecue. Stop by the meat department for homemade sausage and fresh-cut steaks. Be sure to ask about their catering services for your next event. And find all the groceries you need from national and store brands. Serving the community for 4 generations. D'Onofrio's Food Center on Route 18 in Hermitage.
This is Ben Bissett from Ben Bissett Chevrolet. For over 67 years, we've been serving the Mercer County area with quality sales, service, and leasing. Inventory, competitive pricing, and outstanding service, and always a great selection of pre-owned cars and trucks. And service is open late on Thursday nights and on Saturday mornings for your convenience. Find us at BissettChevy.com or stop by on Route 19, just south of Mercer, PA. That's Ben Bissett Chevrolet.
Hi, this is Joe Flynn with Flynn's Tire. We know how valuable your time is, so we've made it fast, easy, and affordable to buy tires. There's 3 easy ways to purchase tires from Flynn's. First, just drive in, because Flynn's will get you in right now. No appointment necessary. The second option, give us a call, and we'll help you select and reserve the perfect tire for you. The third option, save time and buy online at flynnstire.com. It's that easy. Just drive in, and Flynn's will get you in right now.
And tell them Vinny sent you.
Looking for a timeless treasure? Discover the magic of King's Jewelry, a family-owned gem since 1914. We're excited to announce our brand new location at 2220 East State Street in Hermitage. Whether it's an engagement ring, a special gift, or a stunning statement piece, our expert jewelers are here to help you find exactly what you're looking for. Join us for our grand opening. Enjoy exclusive offers and discover why generations have trusted King's Jewelry for the most cherished moments.
King's Jewelry, celebrating love for over 100 years.
This is Rod Jones. On behalf of Jones Performance Products, we wish all sports a healthy and safe year. We are located in West Middlesex, PA, and are the leading manufacturers of semi-truck hoods and the home to truck rods, custom hoods. Visit our website at jonesperformance.com.
This is Ben Bissett from Ben Bissett Chevrolet, and you're listening to High School Football on Friday Night PA.
Welcome back to Terry Verrilli Field here in New Wilmington, Pennsylvania, the home of the Wilmington area Greyhounds, where we just watched and listened to the Hickory Hornets prevail 60-0 over the Girard Yellow Jackets.
Were you expecting that?
I kind of did. I thought Girard might have had a chance to put a few points on the board, but when I got here and saw when we were handed the starting lineups and Aiden Arnold wasn't in there and Mason Kalicki wasn't there, right. I knew that they were in trouble. They really, the only person who had any speed on their team was Aiden Arnold, and he led their team in rushing. He was basically their offense, and without him, they were going to struggle to get a first down, and that's pretty much what we saw.
Tell me your thoughts about Hickory's offense tonight.
I don't think they did anything wrong. Honestly, we gave the player of the game to Calvin Morrison. 7 carries, 178 yards. How many times do you see a line where a runner has over a 20-yard per carry average? Right. And this isn't a receiver. This is a running back. And he had a couple plays where he was open with passes that Chris Dungy, while moving, wasn't able to get it to him. Truthfully, if they had given him the ball 20 times, he would have had 400 yards.
Easy.
They couldn't tackle him. And that's what I thought I saw on the film. They just didn't have the team speed to be able to compete with the Hornets, but that's unfortunately been what you've seen from the teams up north for the last decade plus. They really just have not been competitive.
Yeah. The other thing that impressed me, though, is the defense that Hickory played tonight.
Yeah, they really were able to blow up the line of scrimmage. They were playing the game in Girard's backfield most of the time when they were on defense, and on offense, I don't know that I've ever seen a game where there was that much room to run. I've seen some games where Deshaun Coleman for Hickory scored the first 5 times he touched the ball. Against Titusville. This was worse.
Right. And the reserves got a lot of playing time, which is great this time of year.
Well, and not just getting playing time, they produced in playing time. So all around, if you're the Hornets, this wasn't much of a test, but it also gave you a chance to get some kinks out on offense, run the score up, see what you got, see what's working, see what's not working. And you really didn't have to, they didn't run a tremendous number of plays. I think they did a few things just to see what they got when they got into a particular formation. And I got to give Girard credit. They tried all kinds of different formations just without success. So Kevin's down on the field.
Back here live, Friday Night PA
Calvin
here,
Morrison.
Kevin Davis with Calvin Morrison after a great game. Just how proud of you are of this team and how far they've come in this season?
I'm real proud. We've really been looking forward to this. We were working hard the whole week. The past 2 weeks, we were working hard.
Yes. And a great game from you. 7 carries. I had you at 183 yards, 2 touchdowns. Really efficient game there. What does it mean for you to have a game like this and be able to help your team move forward in the playoffs?
It feels great. It's just me out there being a leader, supporting the team, just doing what I need to do.
And the game tonight, it wasn't really tight. You were able to really assert your dominance. And how do you really prepare for these games and come to these games so prepared?
Just going 100% every play I practice and going hard.
Yes. And with that, you've got another big challenge coming up, obviously, still in the Class 3A playoffs. Second round coming up between either Fort LaBeouf or Corey. Last I saw, Fort LaBeouf was leading by 2 scores, so most likely will be them. What are some of your thoughts, and what are you looking forward to next week?
Really just going hard and practice again. Another week.
Just another week for Calvin Morrison as he asserts his dominance. And one more thing before I got to ask, here you're getting a lot of offers from a lot of colleges, big colleges, and I got to congratulate you on that and ask, how do you keep focus with all these distractions that may come into play?
Really just having my family help me out with that, help keeping my head straight, just not being overwhelmed.
And another great game here with Calvin Morrison, as almost 200 yards, 2 touchdowns, and able to propel his team to the victory. Great game from him. Looking to continue that in the team success in the playoffs here. Back to you in the booth.
So what a tremendous talent Calvin Morrison is.
He really is.
And it's been a pleasure watching him play. And I've been doing this for, I think I counted up 15 years. Maybe as talented a player as I've ever seen play in this area of high school football. And I'm going back even further. Andre Coleman, I got a chance to watch him. Chucky Carr, I got to see some of the great players from some of the other schools. But what Calvin puts out there, he's almost untackleable at this point, and it's a pleasure to watch him play. So scores of other games before we close up shop here. The Sharon looks like they defeated Conneaut 52-0, so they had a similar type situation that Hickory did. And Northeast seems to have taken control over Grove City, 35.
That one kind of surprised me tonight.
You know what? I thought Grove City really had something going on. I'm shocked to see that they not just lose, but get handled. Now, there could have been injuries.
Right.
And they were young.
I was keeping tabs on that game throughout the entire night, and I thought first half, okay, Grove City has a good chance, and all of a sudden it was like bang, bang, bang. Northeast just literally took control of that game and didn't give it back.
So Sharon's got a test against Northeast next week, and the Hornets will most likely be paying the Fort LaBeouf Bison 29-12. Speaking of Andre Coleman, the last time the Hornets won a state championship, they had to go through, as I mentioned in the broadcast, the Fort LaBeouf Bisons and Brian Milne, the Penn State great. So that I'm expecting that game to be a little bit closer to Hermitage than Erie, but we'll wait to see how District 10 sets up the seeding and, well, not the seeding, but the matchups and the scheduling. And our intent is to be able to bring video again if we get the permission. That has to come from District 10, so I'll seek permission for that on Monday. And I would say everybody have a safe and happy Halloween.
And I echo that same statement, and I'd like to give a huge shout-out and a big-time thank you to the people here at Wilmington High School for just being a wonderful host of this game, and especially the AD, Casey Hilton. Thank you so much for the hospitality shown to us this evening. We do appreciate it. And speaking from me, who as my family always knows, I hate being cold. It feels so good to be inside a press box when you can call a game and sit inside a game press box. So thank you so much, Wilmington,